What's up everybody, Jeff here, and we're back for some more Through the Breach RPG games. This time around, we're going to be playing In the Gutter, which is a Penny Dreadful one-shot that Weird put out, and it's one of the earlier ones that they did. If you haven't been following along, these games are played with members of the community, and if you want to get involved and jump into one of these games yourself, then check out the link to the Discord in the description, and go to the Announcements tab where you can find more details. No experience required, just have a pretty good mic, and the ability to use Vassal. These sessions and videos do take quite a long time to put together, so I do give my patrons priority for getting into the games. So if you're eager to play a ton, then consider going over there and supporting the channel. While you're here, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. And with that, let's get into In the Gutter.
So let's get started and have everybody introduce themselves. Merchant, why don't you go first?
Hi, I'm Merchant. I'm going to be playing Dexter Drake, Magician and Secret Arcanist card holder. He'll be performing all kinds of grand or not so grand illusions as we fumble through this investigation. Yeah.
Turtle?
I am, hi, I'm Turtle. I'm going to be playing Abraham, kind of a Union Steamfitter gang boss, leg breaker for the Arcanist, who's here secretly trying to recruit some more people to help out, you know? Some more talent.
You keep trying to recruit Dexter, and he's just like, shh, don't talk about it.
Always be closing.
All right, Brum.
I am Brum. I'm going to be playing Sir Charles Farrington, and he's basically just a brawler that's been just really frequenting the bars a lot, and he's been working for Eclipse Consulting for some extra cash to feed his habits. But he's pretty fairly tough, question mark, and loves a good scuff.
He defended so many attacks with his faith. Last session he was in.
I'm really hoping that luck will carry me through this game right now.
All right, then Calder.
Yep, I'm Kelder or Cal. I'm playing Spicer Leverton. He used to be a private eye on Earthside. He's a private eye on the other side as well. But work is kind of like come and go. So he's signed up with the Eclipse consulting company to pick up some script on the side, and he's been trying to make it a habit.
Sweet. All right, so this time around, you guys have all been tasked with heading down to the southern slums to meet with a woman who is looking for your help by the name of April Cassidy. And I'll say that from the office in the central slums, it's a bit of a trek down to the southern slums, so you guys have some time to kill on the journey. I'll say that we have the traditional wagon that you've been given to make the trip. So you find yourselves in a wagon headed to the other side of the city with the other fine folks here.
Is it the same driver?
No, different driver.
Do I have a road soda?
You have some stale water.
Oh.
Yeah, this is back in the time when they called it pop.
Well, I was referring to like a whiskey or something. Like, do I have a
sure.
flask on me? Am I getting surly?
That's up to you. That's you don't get free booze just because you're going.
Oh, you're right.
If you have booze, you have booze.
I don't have any booze.
Damn.
Yeah.
Wow, you're looking a little bit shaky there, buddy. You're missing
Yeah.
something?
Do I look a little bit shaky? Huh? Wait. Sorry. Oh, I'm just gonna. All right. This water is stale, but surprisingly helpful.
Here. My name's Abraham, and I'm looking for some talent on the side, if you know what I mean. But here, I'll give you a little something to help you get through it. I'm gonna pull out a jug of moonshine from my previous adventures, and I'm going to give him some of it. This'll hold you over, friend.
Wait, but you? Oh, thanks. Oh, thank you. And I undo the stopper and I take a liberal swig. That was delicious. Thank you, man. That's Abraham, right? I'm really bad with names.
Abraham. Yeah.
Thank you
Here,
very
take
much.
my card,
Oh,
just in case you decide to get some more work and some more drinking money.
I inspect the card. What's it say on it?
It says Abraham McPherson, Miners and Steamfitters Union representative.
Oh, this actually, I'm always looking for something on the side, so this could come in handy. I'm gonna tuck that away.
I'll take that jug back.
Oh, yeah. All right. And I kind of smell
Reluctantly.
it one more time, and I reluctantly pass it back.
I'm gonna say, Brum, for your next physical duel, take a positive twist because you calm the shakes for temporarily.
Nice.
Temporary calm the shakes.
But the one after that, you're getting a negative twist
Okay, all right. And the positive twist on my first. Okay.
as the shakes come back.
The shakes return.
And unless, of course, you find some
Unless
more
I find
alcohol.
more. Mm-hmm.
That's
That's
not
how
going to
it
be a
makes-
problem.
I think sort of like throughout the journey, Spicer has been kind of like appropriately like conversational. Like if he notices people aren't talking, he's not going to start to talk. But if they're having a friendly banter, he will banter, and just sort of ask them how long they've been with the Eclipse and like kind of if it's turned out well so far. Question mark. And they've probably had some stories to tell. I'm assuming.
You might say that.
Mm.
Is anyone forthcoming with a war story?
Now that my tongue has been liberally lubricated, I start diving in. I'm like, these freaking mole people, you know what I'm saying? So I was in the mines. Have you ever been in a mine?
Have
Yes,
not
I
had
have.
the mispleasure, but mole people, you say?
See, he knows what I'm talking about. He's been in a mine. He knows. It's dark, and it was smelly, and it was filled with mole people. And then I fought some weird lady who had magical powers and a giant snake. But that snake was no match for old Farrington, and I lean back.
I think Spicer also leans back and just like takes it all in. He like flips open like a small notebook and just writes something down.
Yeah, take some notes.
That's a pretty tall tale you got there, buddy.
It might seem tall, but the snake was actually really long. Bad dad joke. You're welcome.
All right, well, let me tell you about the time I made a dude eat bullets. So there we were, pinned down. There was 30 gunmen in a line, had around the valley, and me and a few of my other companions, my subordinates. Well, I go up and they take some shots for me, and I beat the living crap out of all 30 of them, one-handed. Last guy survived. He was so scared he dropped his gun and proceeded to make him eat every last one of his bullets before bringing him to the law. Being a law-abiding citizen such as myself.
I think Spicer kind of like squints, but just like he writes it like just a note. Just makes a note and just closes the notebook and says, "That's impressive."
And you're calling my tail tall?
I genuinely can't wait until the other characters find out you call them your subordinates because they're gonna really love that. All right, so I'll say that it continues on in a similar tone through the rest of the trip. Takes you we'll say about an hour to get to the other side of town in the carriage. The southern slums are a haven for the lost and forgotten of Malifaux City. Those people who have fallen upon hard times and aren't likely to get back up anytime soon. The wretched people who call the slums their home primarily live in whatever decaying building they can lay claim to and keep. It's not an easy life, and the mortality rate is high, but it's still a step above living in the quarantine zone with the monsters and undead that lurk beyond the guild's high walls. There's not much hope in the southern slums, but sometimes the faintest candle shines brightest in the darkest shadows. There have been rumors of a miners and steamfitters union boss who has been making the rounds through the slums, offering honest pay for an honest day's work. There aren't many opportunities to make script when you're at the bottom, but for some, this man might just be the only ticket out of the slums for good. With that, that'll be the end of the prologue. It's a short one, so everybody can draw 3 cards off their twist deck. And also, if you haven't already, make sure you choose your pursuit for the session.
I'm going to be a collaborator.
I'm an infiltrator for this one.
I'll be running my third session as a manifester.
I'm staying scrapper.
All right, awesome. So you head to the spot where you were told to meet the woman, and you see a large crowd of people. The arrival of the union boss draws a crowd of would-be workers from the slums, all of them in torn or worn clothing that has been patched up one too many times. The crowd's mood seems to be somewhere between eager and wary as the union boss raises his arms and bids everyone to be quiet. He's dressed in a business suit that looks a bit too tight for him, complete with suspenders and a vest. Two men in long dusters flank him, neither of them making any effort to hide the pistols on their gun belts. Some of you know me, the union boss shouts, his voice carrying across the crowd. For those of you who don't, my name is Yelp, Theodore Yelp. I'm with the union, and the union needs good workers, and you folks sure look like you could use a paying job. A man in a checkered cap speaks up. Yeah? What's the work? Yelp turns to face the man, but when he speaks, he addresses the entire crowd. We've got a building in the quarantine zone that needs some cleaning up and fixing up. When murmurs begin to pass through the crowd, he raises his voice to drown them out. Yes, the quarantine zone is a dangerous place, but we're offering a good rate to make up for it. 1 script per able-bodied man or woman for a day of honest work. A woman in a dirty gray dress steps forward, her brow creased in a scowl. I've heard your offer before, Mr. Yelp. My husband done took you up on it and he never returned. That was 2 weeks ago, and you're still back every few days looking for more workers. Yelp gives her a sympathetic look. As I said, my dear, it's dangerous work. We're not pretending otherwise. His smile returns as he looks back to the crowd. But it is paying work. Now, who wants to prove their worth to the union and earn some script while doing so?
Can I appraise the quality of the crowd, like how they're reacting to it?
Yeah, give me a target number 7 scrutiny check.
Let's see how it goes. I succeed.
You gotta flip the card.
Ta-da. I know.
What's the total?
I get an 11.
Okay.
11.
You get a sense that generally the majority of the people in the crowd seem pretty skeptical. As soon as he said quarantine zone, the tone sort of changed. Nobody's very happy about going to the quarantine zone. It's a scary place. But there are a handful of people that seem to be very seriously considering it. It seems like the economic situation here is not great, and the script sounds pretty good.
What can I do to push the crowd over?
Towards going with him?
Yeah.
What would you like to do? You can try to help out if you like.
Leadership. I'm a union representative, so I'd like to use my leadership skill to be like, that's a great idea.
Okay. Yeah, give me let's make it target number 11, leadership.
All right. Sorry, I forgot to discard. 11. Well, as a matter of fact, this seems important enough to me that I will cheat in and make it a 15. Ta-da!
Ooh.
Okay, so what do you say to the crowd of people?
That's a great idea. Union work, that's good, honest work. See, you get the benefits, you get the script, you get to help people. You get a good meal. Why? I know this man. I've worked with him elbow to elbow in the grimiest of jobs, and look where he's at now. You too could be along there.
Were you referring to Yelp?
Yeah.
So you're flat lying to these people.
Well, I'm trying to be bravado, and I actually maybe have known this guy. I don't know, but I'm trying to do a sales pitch.
Okay. So I'll say that a few of the more angry-looking people, a few of the people who seem to have reacted to the mention of the quarantine zone the worst, sort of kind of soften their scowls a little bit when you start encouraging them. But the overall tone still seems to be the same. There's quite a few people who seem more or less against it, and there's some people who are closer to the man who are kind of like seem like they're deliberating whether they're gonna go or not.
Is there a way for me to use maybe scrutiny to see if he obviously knows that people like go missing and die on the job, but is there a way for me to figure out the kind of if he's hiding something more than that? I guess.
Yeah, give me let's make it a target number 10 scrutiny check.
That's not great, and I think I will. Hang on, I've got.
Has this deck been shuffled?
Yes.
Okay.
1 sec. Okay.
It would give you the jokers first if it wasn't.
All right.
So I will also cheat in to succeed because I have 12.
Just a quick reminder, make sure everybody knows what their on the pursuit is that lets you draw cards if you fail duels. Okay, so you get the sense that what the guy is saying is true, but you definitely get a sense that there might be something else going on that he's not saying, that maybe he's
Yeah.
hiding something.
Dexter's gonna to mutter over to you. Since when is the Miners and Steamfitters Union hired on random people?
That's what I'm wondering as well. I mean, we
Isn't the
have a
entire point
representative,
of a
and they would.
union to have membership and
It's-
accountability? And he hollers out, "So you mean we're getting a contract and membership with the union?"
Okay, nice.
Yelp looks over in your direction. He at first he was sort of smiling and nodding along as Abraham was making his sales pitch, but when Dexter yells that out, he's got a couple of people that look interested standing close to him, and when you yell that out, he kind of scowls over in your direction and then turns back and kind of like puts his arm around one of the people as if he's continuing to pitch them on whatever it is that they're trying to do. Trying to protect them from your outside influence.
I'm in the crowd of the five of us, and I just kind of spit on the ground, and I go, "Cannon fodder. That's what this is."
I think that I'm going to go over to his name's Yelp, correct?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over to him and put a hand around over his shoulder and kind of like squeeze it with my strong grip and kind of turn him away from the other cannon fodder as it was just declared. So can I see your union papers?
He's gonna turn to look at you. How dare you, sir?
Give him your card.
How dare you? I'm gonna hand him my union card.
Yes, that's lovely that you're already a member, but we're looking for laborers for a specific job today, and unless you'd like to join up, then please lead me to my business.
Where's your union card? I don't recognize you from the hall. What hall are you from?
So the two men that are standing beside him are gonna kind of shuffle a little bit closer to you, looking somewhat imposing. And he's gonna turn this time, instead of just turning over his shoulder to tell you off, he's gonna actually turn to face you. As I said, I'm working on a job. It's none of your business. If you have a problem, then feel free to head down to the union hall and file a complaint. But otherwise, leave us alone.
Is that within my earshot? Can I like just scrutiny? Like, it just seems very sus.
Well, so the people in the front where he was talking.
Oh, sure, yeah,
far away from where you guys were. You kind of
no. I'll just
so
keep watching.
I'll say as Abraham walks away to go speak to Yelp, you see a woman in a dirty dress walk directly towards you. She's gonna kind of look at the three of you that are left. Are you the ones from Eclipse Consulting? You can't trust that man, she whispers, her tone insistent. Nobody ever comes back from his jobs. He says they get killed in accidents or get shipped north to work in some mining town for the union, but ain't none of them ever seen again. She casts a glance back at Yelp, only to find him glaring right at her. Her eyes widen, and she quickly retreats into a nearby crumbling building. As she walks away, she kind of nods for you guys to follow her.
Yeah, I follow her. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I didn't trust him from the moment he opened his mouth, and I followed the detective on in.
Should we do like stealth, or is nobody watching? Do you think?
There's enough going on
Okay.
that no one's gonna bother you. Yeah.
And is she the same? Is it the same woman who was saying that her husband didn't come back, or is it a different woman?
It looks like the same woman.
Okay.
Hard to say because she wasn't facing you, but does Dexter follow, or is he doing something
else? Dexter will follow, definitely.
Okay, so she kind of just slinks into this partially crumbling building, and as you guys all walk in, did you come here to help?
We were hired to come on down.
Do you think you'll be able to find my husband?
Oh, that's
mean-
that remains to be seen. We'll try.
Spicer will kind of like lean forward and say, "If anything, finding people is sort of my job, and I've done a pretty good job. I've made a pretty good living doing it, so I will do to the best of my abilities, madam. I will try."
Well, I think there's something else going on here. So you better be careful.
Do you remember when he first started appearing to hold these rallies? Has it been going on for a while?
Just a handful of weeks, as far as I can remember.
Did anything in particular trigger it? Anything that happened?
No, he just came in one day, made a speech like you just heard. Everybody was buzzing about it. And people started going missing.
Yeah, I imagine everyone's looking for a chance to get a little extra script around here. How many times has he been back?
Every couple days.
Damn. Not a single returned.
I haven't kept track that closely until my husband was involved, but as far as I know, people that go with him seem to not return.
Hmm. All right.
Calder, why don't you give me a target number 8 bewitch check?
I'm not sure if that's gonna end up with. Oh well, yep, that'll be a 13.
Okay. So the woman is looking at Spicer after he kind of explained that he's some sort of investigator. And as you're kind of thinking through what she was explaining, she's gonna suddenly look up at him. I think he's a resurrectionist. I think he's taking the bodies and turning them into something or using them for some other purpose, but I think he's a resurrectionist.
Oh,
Be careful.
It did cross my mind. I mean, nobody returning seems a little. And he makes a note in his notepad to keep track of it.
My husband's name is Mitch. Please, if you can.
Oh no, he will also put that down. Yeah. Just a description so I will know what Mitch looks like, and whatever she says, he'll write down. Yeah.
Yeah, she'll explain. He's 6 foot tall. He's pretty muscular. He's got a full beard, scraggy hair.
Mitch. We'll find Mitch.
Good name. Good strong name, and we'll do our best.
Thank you so much. She has a kind of desperate look on her face.
Do you have a safe place to go? Will you be fine?
Yeah, we have a place not far from here. I'm much more worried about my husband.
Right. Mm-hmm. And we should probably. But he kind of like leans out the window. We should probably check on our compatriot and see if he hasn't gotten himself into, or all of us into, indentured servitude.
All right, so Turtle, how does Abraham respond to what the guy said to him?
I'm a shit bigger than you, boy. You better step back. I'm going to look at the one of the guards that he has. I'm going to turn back to him and say, you will present your union papers if you are, in fact, a union member. And I'm not being quiet about it.
Amazing.
Oh.
Give me a...
Intimidation check?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just figure out the number. Okay. Give me a target number 11 intimidation check with a negative twist.
With a negative? Okay. Yep. Double 12s.
Sweet.
So
Nice.
16.
Ooh.
I'm going to go with the ram so I can punch somebody if I'd like to.
Okay, sweet.
Soften him up.
So he he turned to face you. He kind of squared his shoulders to you. The two guys next to him with their pistols kind of on display. As you go off like this, they clearly get the feeling that you're not kidding and that you're being pretty serious about this. So Yelp is gonna kind of look over at the two men and he's gonna nod subtly, and then he's gonna turn back to you and he's gonna reach into his pocket beneath his coat and he's gonna pull out a union card and then show it to you. As I said, please let us go about our business.
Oh,
I'm
We're
gonna
just trying
check
to
to see if
get a crew together and do some work.
what is the is how do I check to see if it's a forgery?
I guess a bureaucracy check should be would be appropriate.
All right, so I will give this a
Let's
shot.
make it EN 11.
Nope, I get a 3. Gonna squint because I have really bad eyesight. Kind of look at the card. I'm gonna take it. Be like, I'm gonna run this up the flagpole and see if I can be of assistance to you boys. You keep up the good work. I'm gonna eye them both, all three of them, suspiciously as fuck.
He's gonna try to hold his grip on the union card and not hand it to you. You're gonna take the card with you. I'm trying to conduct business here. Surely a man of your status within the union would understand.
I'm gonna. He has soft hands, right?
Not. I
No,
mean,
but that's a good point to make. That's a good question to ask. Yeah.
Oh my.
can I just rub that
not
palm a second?
especially. He's not. He doesn't have the hands of like a laborer, but he's not. They're
They're
not.
real supple.
He's not using lotion on a regular.
Do they smell like formaldehyde? Is what he's asking, probably.
Would you like to smell his hands? Do you want to smell his hands? Smell his hands.
No,
Do it.
that's.
Do it.
I don't know any of that other stuff. I'm just like, is this a, like? I'm gonna try to because I still have that trigger. Can I use that trigger as that unarmed attack called soften him up to kind of like squeeze his hands?
What does the trigger do?
I get a free pugilism versus one enemy within 1 yard that cannot declare triggers.
And what is soften them up? What is that?
So it's a ram trigger on my intimidation.
Oh no, I'm sorry. What is the attack that you wanted to do?
Pugilism.
But-
Fisticuffs.
Are you attacking him or are you just checking his hit?
Well,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
What I'm asking is that thematically, could I like crush his hand with a pugilism attack as part of that soften him up, or would it be just like actually punching him?
I think pugilism is technically just punching him. I mean, you can try to do whatever you want to do to his hands, irrespective, because we're not in dramatic time. But
All right, I'm gonna try to intimidate him to let go of the card.
okay, let's do target number 11 on a negative again.
I love what's happening.
Wow,
Oh my God.
I get a
Negative.
5, but I get to draw a card. Oh, negative?
Yeah.
Well,
Oh no.
GG. But I get to draw a card because I failed a social duel.
So do you let it go, or are you just in a standoff with him at this point?
In a standoff until the rest of the party shows me.
Okay.
I'll say at this time, if you guys are walking out of the building, you're heading in this direction at this point.
Yeah, we'll probably head over.
So we see like these two men holding onto a business card, but just
You're having a
both
tug of
them-
war.
Yeah.
The guy has a let's say strained look on his face, as if he's both surprised and kind of alarmed at what's going on.
Well, we came out into a better situation than what we left. What seems to be going on here, gents?
This fellow union representative will not hand me his business card that I may record the numbers on it and confirm with my superiors that I may be of further service to him at this time.
I certainly wouldn't mind you recording the numbers. You indicated you would be taking it with you. And as I mentioned, we're here to get a crew together to do some work, and you're now disrupting official union business. Both of our superiors are not going to look happily upon you.
I'm here on official business to also recruit individuals such as yourself, and I am attempting to do that, sir.
Well, then perhaps you should join the work crew with your friends here, and maybe that's where this will go.
You know what? That's a capital idea.
What kind of work are you doing?
As I said, we have to empty a building in the quarantine zone of some debris. It shouldn't take some stout young men like yourselves very long.
Uh,
Won't take any time at all. And I just start cracking my knuckles.
I think Spicer kind of like just politely says that sounds like a very good opportunity and very good pay. I'm up.
And I'll be an official union member after, right? And I look at him.
I think he just like very like in a like not like a sincere smile, but says I prefer to run my own business, but it's a very kind offer.
Yelp is gonna look at Charles. We'll discuss the official relationship after we see the kind of work that you can produce.
Oh, you'll see. I'm so strong. Look at me, and I just start flexing.
That's quite all right. Manual labor's not for me. Have a good day. And Dexter turns as if to leave, but he's going to be tailing the contingency if everybody's going.
You know what? We could use an extra set of hands just to keep an eye on things. It is a dangerous slum. There are dangerous things out there, so having an extra set of eyes while the laborers are working could be beneficial. Matter of fact, why don't you, Mr. Yelp, was it? I'm going to squeeze his hand as hard as I can. Why don't you come and assist us in our endeavor? You know, bring up morale.
It's a very important job.
You'll excuse me if I don't continue to do my job the way I'm told to do my job. I'll be organizing the crew and not participating in the work crew, and he's going to pull his hand back away.
Do I have the card?
No.
Oh.
But as the rest of I guess excluding Dexter, as Charles and Spicer seem to be on board for this, he's gonna look at both of you kind of up and down, and then he's gonna turn back to the couple of people who were he had previously been discussing the job with, and then he's gonna turn back to you guys and pull out a notebook. So why don't you boys tell me a little bit about yourself, and we can get you signed up. And then he's gonna look over at Abraham, and you too, if you're game. I'm sure that this little incident can be overlooked if you wouldn't mind coming along.
Of course, I'm no stranger to work. You know, real leadership is on the front line, as it were. I'm going to sign an X on the piece of paper. Be like, that's everything you need to know about me.
Spicer will sort of like, he will sign a fake name, which can't on the top of my head come up with, but he will sign it so like in such cursive that you can't read it anyway, but like just basically. And he'll say I've experience working for the Pinkerton agency on Earthside. Maybe not to the most physical degree, but I'm confident I can lend some assistance.
Charles grabs the notebook from Spicer, and he signs his actual legal name in huge John Hancock style letters. And he goes, well, there you go, and spits into his hand and then holds it out to what's the boss's name?
Yelp.
Yeah, holds it out to him after spitting into his palm.
So Yelp is going to put on the most horrified look that you've ever seen a very dignified looking man make.
I think Spicer also has like kind of like just raised eyebrows.
He's then going to like, as if he's trying to like, just with two fingers, he's going to try to pluck the notebook out of your hand without coming anywhere near the spit hand. Are you going to try to pull the notebook, or are you going to let him take it?
I'll let him take it because I'm not trying to start anything. I'm just trying to be really difficult.
Okay, so he grabs the notebook and he opens it back up, kind of looks through it quickly, and then he looks back up at you guys. He flips the notebook closed and tucks it back into his shirt. Good. I always appreciate efficiency when I see it, he says with a kind of confused look on his face. I'll give you a few moments to change into any work clothes you might have. Meet me down the street when you're ready. But don't be tardy for your first day on the job. and then him and the two bodyguard-looking people turn and head off down the road a bit.
I think just at the comment of like work clothes, like Spicer, he hasn't dressed like kind of like in his finest, but he realizes he's wearing a suit and he's just looking down at himself like a sigh of oh no, this was expensive, and like starts folding up kind of like his coat and his vest and like his just to like dress down all the expensive items of clothing and still be presentable, basically.
I'm gonna spit on the ground as Yelp walks away.
Okay.
I get jealous.
either-
I spit too.
He either doesn't notice or he intentionally pretends that he doesn't notice. It's unclear. What did you say, Brom?
I get jealous and I spat on the ground as well.
Oh, gotcha. Of course.
I'm dressed in a mining helmet with cover like armored coveralls. I have a tool bag filled with stuff sticking out of it. That's where I got the bottle from. So I'm like ready to work.
Yeah, you were made for this.
Baby, I was born this way.
All right. So what's Dexter doing? Is he still just kind of like slinking off in the corner?
Yeah, he's going to actually follow at a distance, trying to stay out of line of sight.
Follow Yelp or follow the faded?
We're gonna follow just the work party, so I'm gonna kind of wait for them to group back up, because wherever he's heading right now is probably not a big deal.
Yeah. So just to make sure it's explicitly clear, the folks who looked like they were gonna go off on the job, once you guys expressed your interest, he did not continue to sign any of them up. So the work crew is gonna be just the three of the faded.
Oh.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty.
That's
Seems
not
to have-
suspicious at all.
He seems
You know
to have
what?
decided that you guys were more cut out for it as opposed to the rabble.
The scraggly people that he had there.
Yeah, they're not the toughest or most respectable looking bunch. It's a bunch of
There's like one mouthful of teeth between all of them. Right?
exactly. Yeah, that's the vibe we're getting.
They really should join the union. We have a dental plan.
Or the resurrectionist. I bet Von Stuck can do some good dental work.
Saw style, sure.
I hear he's bringing dental back.
Yeah, 100%.
Yup.
Listen, you might not be alive when he's done, but your teeth will look fine.
Bringing dental back. That was so punny.
Yeah.
All right, so Dexter, why don't you give me a stealth check, target number 8.
I would love to.
Being that you're not.
Student of dentistry.
Fake time. Yeah. Let's give you a stealth check. What's the TN on this?
8.
That is an 11.
Sweet. All right, so is everybody else ready to go and follow Mr. Yelp?
I'm ready to follow Mr. Yelp.
Yeah, I think essentially Dexter's going to be like one alley over, and he watches them and he just walks parallel to them, checking every so often from the next street over.
Oh, wait. Can I, are there still people kind of milling around?
Yeah.
Can I just call over to one, like, where can I pick up some hooch? You there? Is there somewhere close by that I could just get a road soda?
So the closest person happened to just be this kind of like early 20s, very scrawny looking guy in raggy clothes. And he turns over to you and he kind of like looks surprised that anyone's speaking to him. What did you say there? A road soda? What?
What a clever
you got the wrong
lad.
guy.
Okay, I'm looking for hooch. I'm looking for drink. Something strong to get me through the day, lad.
His eyes are just like searching around, like for someone to bail him out of this conversation or to explain what the hell's going on.
You can tell me. You're the only one.
I'm not sure that. I don't think I know what are you talking? He's gonna look over your shoulder towards everyone else in the group. Are you guys with him? Can you explain what's?
I think Spicer kind of just like carefully like pulls him back from the young man, and just like trying to like pat his shoulders, like you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
He knows.
No,
I'm
he
just,
doesn't know anything.
muttering.
So as you walk away, he kind of like seems to compose himself, and then he calls back, "There's a bar a few streets over."
God, yes.
I'm gonna. Oops, sorry.
I was gonna say, where? You need to tell me the name.
When you respond, he jumps as if he's startled, and then he starts like speed walking in the opposite direction to get away.
That's usually the effect I have on people.
You drink because you're lonely. You're lonely because you drink.
It's a terrible feedback loop I have.
I'm gonna go to the dredges. I'm gonna spend 2 soul stones to hire them. No, I'm gonna go over to these unfortunates. I'm gonna start handing out business cards and being like, "Listen, if you want some more reliable work, go to a different office, and they'll give you a free sandwich and a chance at a job. But you gotta work hard. You understand?" I'm gonna like shake hands and hand out cards.
Yeah. So without even taking a check, just pitching them on a job that does not involve going to the quarantine zone, everybody immediately is like very warm towards that idea, and he really shakes your hand and takes the card.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get as many actual reliable looking people to, get a better life for themselves, and possibly be assistants in the future.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so I'll say that after all of the shenanigans, unless Spicer has something that he wants to get up to.
No, he'll be kind of like keeping to the back of the line and kind of being fairly quiet.
Yeah. So I'll say that everybody heads in the direction that Yelp and the 2 guys are, and they before you get too close, they still a handful of paces ahead of you. They turn and start leading you into the quarantine zone. Yelp and the 2 men in dusters, neither of whom offer their name, lead you eastward to the border of the quarantine zone. The wall separating the forbidden area from the rest of the city is 15 feet tall and built of strong stone and reinforced lumber. But rather than lead you to the guild-patrolled gates, he motions you down a side street and into a half-collapsed building that looks to be on the verge of becoming a fully collapsed building. "We'll pass through here," Yelp says, leading the way to the brick wall. He pushes aside a table that has been propped up against the wall, revealing a passage leading through to the other side. "The guild doesn't need to know all the Union secrets, eh?" He chuckles and winks in your direction before climbing through the hole and motioning for you to follow.
I look at our fellow Union man and I go and I raise my eyebrows.
I nod like, yeah, this is pretty standard. I'm gonna be the first through. But I will, since we're going to the quarantine zone, I'm gonna draw both of my knuckle dusters.
Are you trying to do it secretly, or are you being open about it?
We're going into a war zone, so no, I'm not being subtle about it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna waylay this guy. I want to get paid.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna follow as well. I don't have anything useful to contribute just now. So.
And I'll say Dexter sees this from a distance. Just out of curiosity, is there anybody else concerned that you seem to have lost a member of the group?
Extremely concerned.
I think Spicer kind of like trusts Dexter well enough to know that he can handle himself.
Okay.
And he's kind of he pretty much assumes he hasn't just like taken the wagon and left. Like, it's part of the job is to see what's going on.
Got paid in advance, bitch.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Lifting stuff? Nah.
Isn't Dexter the sniper?
No.
He's a mage.
He's the mage?
Yeah.
He's an illusionist.
Oh, I don't think I've ever worked with him before.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm just like, oh, fucking pomp.
All right, so everybody goes through the wall.
Yeah, very casually.
All right.
Through the breach.
Yeah. The other side of the wall proves to be a narrow alleyway, and you barely made it through before Mr. Yelp is in motion, waving his hands for you to follow him as he winds his way through the narrow streets. The buildings here are somewhat in worse repair than those in the slums, and sometimes you glimpse dead faces staring down at you from the broken windows, or shapes slinking through the shadows. Even the air feels different here, as if the city were holding its breath in anticipation of some great event, or merely inhaling in preparation for a scream. Yelp eventually stops in front of a 2-story building that seems mostly intact. There's a green canvas duffel bag out front, and he nods his head towards it as he sticks his thumb behind his suspenders. Here we are, gentlemen. The job is simple enough. You clear out the building and the debris inside and haul it out front here. There are some tools in the bag if you need them.
What's the catch?
He's going to continue kind of thumbing his suspenders. Like I told you before, there's no catch, just an honest day's work, and you go home with an extra script in your pocket.
Dexter,
Can I scrutiny that? Like, I mean, who between the two of us, who has the highest scrutiny? I don't know.
I only.
I don't trust what he's. Yeah, I will. If you let me, I'd like to use scrutiny to see if he's actually. I doubt he's telling the truth, like out of character, but in character, I want to see.
Yeah. Target number 11, scrutiny.
Nope. Nope. I noticed nothing.
Okay. He seems totally on the up and up. He's a very
Mhm.
honest and upstanding citizen.
So honest.
Clearly.
Damn it.
Clearly.
Dexter is posted up essentially at the end of a building across the street.
Okay.
And I think he, having realized they're going to be there a while, is going to try to sneak into that adjacent building and just, hole up for a stakeout.
Okay. Give me another stealth check. Let's make it number 9 this time.
Sure.
Yeah, that would go.
Oh,
You
okay.
That would
accidentally go
be-
invisible, and no,
16. That's a margin of success.
for sure. Okay,
Nice.
so we'll say that you successfully sneak your way into that building, and next time you would be prompted for a stealth check. I'll just say you auto pass it for your margin,
Hey, cool.
unless there's significantly different circumstances. That wouldn't be.
Yeah, I'm just gonna find a boarded up window to kind of like post up in the corner of and just watch over where they're working as they're pulling all this rubble out of the houses and such.
All right, and no one seems to have noticed or is any the wiser.
I'm just like Charles is just so excited to do manual labor.
I'm gonna go over to the tools. I'm gonna start examining the quality of the tools.
I'll say no. You don't need to make a check there. They look like pretty standard fare. It's kind of what you would expect. It's a couple of.
Is it an actual pickaxe? Because I have a quote unquote pickaxe, but is there an actual pickaxe in here?
Yeah, I'll say there's a pickaxe. There's 2 shovels. There's a couple of like pry bars.
Taking care of
A
business.
sniper, a Spicer will pick up one of the crowbars and kind of. Is there a way to kind of go further into the building and like without kind of like eyes being on him? I guess.
Yeah, I mean, if you walk into the building, so most of the buildings in this area are not like fully intact, but this one, again, it seems to be more or less intact. So if you go inside, you're hidden from the people outside.
Yeah.
They seem to have, as soon as you guys walk towards the tools, the 3 guys kind of turned and started like talking with each other, and they're not like staring at you to watch every move you make or anything like that.
I'm gonna take a pickaxe and a crowbar.
What's Charles
I'm
doing?
gonna take a crowbar and is there a burlap sack or anything on the ground I can use to put things in?
There's a bag that has the tools in it.
Oh, okay. I'll just take the crowbar and a shovel.
All right, so
I do want to before we start, because I've now watched a few of these episodes. As soon as Spicer is inside the building, he will draw his pistol like alongside with a crowbar. Just I know how this can go. So.
what are you trying to say?
Oh, I don't know.
I would also like to put on my claw.
Okay. All
It'd
right.
be we should definitely sweep the building for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I'll be the first one in. I'm gonna go inside with my fists ready for anything.
You walk inside, and Teddy jumps out. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh yeah, oh.
right.
Hugs for everyone.
So clearing it, I'll say you walk in, and it appears to just be a rubble-filled building. There's no. You take a quick look around, and there's no. It doesn't seem like there's anything fishy going on in the building. The actual work is going to be handled with an ongoing challenge. Does everybody remember how ongoing challenges work?
I'll pick it up again.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll just explain it quick. So basically, there's going to be a pool of skills that you can choose from to use. Every duration, everybody gets to take a check on any of those skills they would like. They pick one, and the duration represents a certain length of time. And then there's going to be a target for the number of successes that you need to make to finish the task. There's also a target for the number of failures, which means something bad will happen. You screwed it up. Generally speaking, it's gonna basically it's a way to measure how much time is passing as a long kind of task is being done by the group. As many of you can participate as you want, so you don't have to participate if you just want to slack it and sit in the corner, or if you have something else you'd like to do.
I mean, it's not so much that I want to slack. It's just like Spicer is not a physical guy. Like so I'm trying to figure out what he can actually help with. But yeah, name the skills and I'll.
Yeah, one of them is labor. Merchant, do you remember what labor got replaced with?
I can look
Athletics.
that up for
Oh,
you.
actually, I have it right here.
Yeah, it is just
Yes.
athletics now.
Which is unfortunately one of the other choices already. So let me think about it. All right, so athletics, leadership, and I will give you
Use heavy melee for pickaxing and such, shoveling. I don't know.
It's not a terrible idea.
I was literally built for this.
Literally.
I mean, the thing is, it's not like you're tearing down the walls; you're just removing rubble. So it's not really that you
Yeah.
need to be swinging the pickaxe or anything like that.
You could use toughness to just kind of like show that you're either not getting hurt or like enduring through it.
I would appreciate that because I have actual points. in
Yeah,
tough-
if you've worked manual labor, like hauling rocks can be pretty taxing on the body. So yeah,
I like
toughness
that
would
idea.
make a lot of sense.
I like that idea. Let's do toughness.
Yeah. Essentially, I think labor might actually be better as a replacement, or toughness is a better replacement for that because it's supposed to be like how well you can do extended periods of labor, like heavy work.
Yeah, no, I think I more or less agree. My only concern is that it's the purpose of this is to see how long stuff takes, and toughness wouldn't necessarily be like, did you do
True,
this
yeah.
quickly? But it would be like in the second or third duration, are you still working at your full capacity?
Actually,
So, I like it.
I have
It's
one
also
more-
pacing
Right,
and
sure.
like how good your endurance is. So
Yeah,
like if you get a low toughness check, you push yourself really hard early, and then a half hour later you're dragging feet.
Yeah,
I've got one other really good suggestion.
What's that?
It's homesteading.
Oh,
I feel like that's more about, I guess, maintaining. Yeah,
Actually, like fixing things and maintenance. Well, I mean,
Yeah, maintaining a homestead.
but I
might
don't feel like
include building
moving
a
big
rock
pieces
wall.
of debris out of a partially out of a broken up building.
Yeah.
Hey, if you have a homestead and you're trying to make a farm, you got to get those rocks out of the place that you're farming.
safely without the.
I don't like that one as much, though. I think I'm going to stick with toughness, leadership, and athletics.
Oh, okay.
okay.
So the
Homesteading, once again, the worst skill.
I use homesteading. It has come up for sure. I think the thing I've used the skills that I've never had someone check was probably math and music are probably the two like least. I use homesteading. I feel like that comes up fairly often, like more than you'd think for sure.
Yeah, you have to build for music. Math, you could probably get away with it with crypto stuff, ciphers and whatever.
Yeah, that's
But that's still a hard one. Like you got to be playing a specific game. But anyways,
yeah, for sure. All right, so
Dexter says all of this to himself while he is doing card tricks.
While he's hiding outside the window.
Yeah, while he's staking out from like an abandoned building.
Well, so that's a good point. Are you going to remain hidden as they start to go to work in the building that you're in, or are you?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm not
the
in
party.
their building. I'm across the street.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were in the building that they were clearing.
Oh no, I'm staking out across the street from them so that I can just like watch casually and make sure nothing weird happens.
Gotcha.
From the outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so athletics, leadership, toughness. It's going to be target number 11. A duration is 1 hour. You need 8 successes or 4 failures.
One last question before we start. While the other two might get going, is there a way for Spicer just to kind of like do a quick up and down of the building just to see if there's really nothing of note in it?
Yeah, I already said you took.
Oh, you did. Oh, never mind.
And
Okay.
It just appears to be like a
Gotcha.
abandoned building. Even like there's not even any like furniture or anything. It doesn't really look like there's anywhere anybody can hide or anything like that. It's pretty much
Sure.
just an empty floor and then an empty floor, and there's a bunch of crap laying around.
Just dotting the i's and crossing the t's, but yeah, no. I think we'll go with toughness if that's fine with you for the first.
Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Talking about 11.
I'm gonna
Oh,
use.
okay,
Wow.
I've got a 15, so
Oh, and just as a reminder, if you get a margin of success, it counts as a second success towards the total. And the only way it counts towards a failure is if you get a margin of failure. If you just fail but don't fail by 5, then nothing happens.
so it's +2, so it's a 15.
All right.
I'm gonna see how things are going, and then I'm gonna be like, "You're working really smart. Let me expand this a little bit. I'm gonna use my leadership skill to try to teach these guys how to labor well."
Nice.
14.
Sweet. What's Charles do good for, other than boozing?
Charles is putting more work than you could ever possibly imagine into this. Like he's really putting his back in. So let's see how he does.
Take your positive twist for your little nip you took earlier.
Just
Yeah.
a straight flip, right?
No. Take a positive because of your remember because you drank.
Oh, right.
What skill are you using?
Oh, right. Probably should have said that. I was going to use toughness.
Okay, and what is your total?
It's a 2, 10. Oh no, I have a 4. Ooh, 12.
Sweet. That will do it.
I'm really, really hustling. Let me show you guys how to work. I've unbuttoned my top button. I'm sweating.
All right, so an hour goes by and you guys are really busting your asses, pulling these big pieces of debris and random crap and kind of making a pile outside the building. As you're hauling some rotten support beams out into the street, you notice a long-haired man approaching in a splintered wagon. It's being pulled by a tired and worn mule, and the back is covered with a stained tarp. The driver is clad in a worn vest, but he wears no shirt beneath it, which only seems to draw attention to his muscled arms. As he pulls to a stop and climbs down from the wagon, Mr. Yelp approaches him in the manner of a familiar acquaintance. They speak in hushed voices, but the man doesn't seem to be in any hurry to take his leave.
So he's sticking around?
He drives up on his wagon, jumps down, and starts talking to Mr. Yelp.
As I see this, I'm going to actually unsling my shotgun from its hidden holster under my suit jacket.
Great.
And watch with it readied intently to see what's going on. I don't know if they're close enough for me to hear it or not. What would you say? What they're saying?
I'll say that if you want to get close enough to hear them, you'd have to actually take another stealth check because it will be harder to get within.
But I automatically pass the next one.
Yeah, but that
as per no.
Wait,
No, I'm alright.
hold on. Let me.
It's because he had the red Joker in the last one.
No, I know. I'm just saying the circumstances are different. I said.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I'm gonna take
actually
it.
good with. No, I'm good with hanging out actually.
Okay.
I'm not worried about what they're whispering, and if that exposes me, then I'm like, no, not gonna do it. Let's go.
Yeah, I'll say if you stay where you are, your red Joker
I'm
flip
good.
will ride, even though there's another guy in there looking at
Let's ride the red Joker. I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
What about everybody else? Keep going
ready
back
for
to
another
work
round?
or anything else you want to do?
I'm head down. I'm really working.
I'm gonna give him a little bit more moonshine because I've worked with guys like this before.
I'm taking big swigs.
You had a full flask
Yeah.
from the farm, right?
I had a full moonshine jug.
It's a jug. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I was gonna say we're gonna have to limit how many sips you could take out of it, but if it's a full jug, then I think you're probably fine to just be liberal.
Yeah, no, I made sure because she was so nice, you know.
No, I remember. Yeah, for sure. Okay, so you give him another little nip. What's Spicer doing? Still working?
Still toughness, yep. So
Okay. All right, so let's run it back. Target number 11.
no, that's an 8 this time.
An 8. Okay.
hmm
Don't want to cheat.
No.
All right. Turtle.
Is this social skill fails a social duel? So this, if I keep using leadership, and I fail one, then I get to draw a card, right? Because that's my on the pursuit.
Mhm.
If,
Okay, then I guess I'll
leadership
stick.
is a social duel, then yeah.
Yeah, I'll
Do
keep
it.
doing. I'll keep doing that.
Okay. Target number
11 exactly.
Sweet.
No. You got to put your back into it.
Rum.
You can cheat lower if you want to just draw cards, by the way.
I don't think that's good right now.
Don't listen to the devil on your shoulder.
Do I get a negative this time?
No, you're gonna stay at a straight flip because you got another. You got
Oh
another.
yeah, I had another drink. Oh, 3. I guess I'm not gonna cheat on this, so I'll take the 3, and I'm doing toughness. So
What's your
it
total?
was plus 4, 7.
So not a failure. Good.
I don't like the way you said good after that. It makes me nervous.
I said not a failure. Good, because if you
I know.
hit 4 failures, then the whole thing goes bad.
Oh, it's so bad.
Like the fail by margin of success failures, correct?
Yeah, if you hit a margin of failure, it counts towards your failure count, and if you hit, in this case, in this particular ongoing challenge, if you hit 4 failures, the whole thing fails.
Okay.
Okay, so you go at it for another hour. It's getting a bit warm in there, but you're making good progress. You chase a half dozen dog-sized rats out of the building, only to find that 2 more figures have joined up with Mr. Yelp, his 2 lackeys, and the vest-wearing man. The new arrivals are each wearing long dusters and carrying what appears to be high-powered rifles. Mr. Yelp is speaking with them, and though you're too far away to make out just what he's saying, you notice both men glance in your direction at the same time.
Hmm.
A sure sign that the conversation is somehow about you.
Can I do like a note? I mean, does notice help at all? To
Oh yeah.
What are you trying to notice?
actually,
What about stealth?
would it be
Like,
would it be
work a
possible
little
for
bit
me-
closer.
I might try that actually. Would that be okay?
What are you trying to do? I'm sorry.
So basically, I want to actually more like scrutiny. Kind of, I want to figure out what it is they're actually kind of like discussing or planning.
You want to actually go listen to their conversation?
I mean, if I can somehow kind of like go near a window closer to them, I guess. If they're far to the streets, it's probably not that easy.
I'll say there's enough. There's enough stuff there that, like, if you were to go in the building and then jump out a window and sneak around, you could get closer to them. But I'll also say that they do seem to be paying much more attention to you guys now that the 2 new guys have showed up. So it seems like they might notice you.
Notice me.
You could say that you need to go use the bathroom.
I gotta go potty.
Yeah, just go like I go take a shit, and then walk over out of line of sight and just sneak around.
Yeah, I mean, again,
Yeah,
they're not they can't see you when you're in the building, so it's not like they're gonna
Yes.
see you slink off into the shadows.
right. So I mean,
I'm just saying
if
they
it
are more
kind of
aware
seems
now
like-
than they were previously. So
Sure. Yeah. I'll try to sneak off and get closer.
okay, give me a target number 10 stealth check.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Hey.
15.
Ho ho.
Okay, so you go back in the building and you jump out a window and you sneak around another building to try to get within earshot.
Yep.
I think Dexter's also going to actually go invisible at this point, seeing that there's now a large party of guys outside.
Right.
And he's going to cast invisibility with a few increases to the duration.
All right, hang tight real quick then.
No worries.
Yeah, so I'll say that you get within like 15 feet of the area where they're talking, right behind the cart, and you're not able to overhear the entire conversation, but you get little bits and pieces, and you hear Yelp saying things like, "Yeah, they seem to be pretty good ones here. This is a good group." And the two new guys in the dusters, you can't hear quite as well, but they seem to be sort of agreeing with him in some way as they kind of nod their heads.
I guess you scrutiny to guess their motives.
Who? Did the whole group in general?
No, the new guys in the dusters.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. Give me a target number 11 screen check.
It's a 13, but I'm actually going to. Hang on, my scrutiny is. It would technically be an 18, but I want to sneak in. Hang on. No, hang on. I've wrong card. Don't look. Sorry.
Nobody look.
Nobody look. Yeah, no. So hang on. I'm sneaking in a 13 of masks because I want to for the trigger, which is political ties.
Okay.
I learn which faction the target is most closely associated with.
Ooh, very nice. Yeah, so on that note, does anyone I don't think any of you do. Never mind. I'm not going to ask that question because it'll reveal things. And I'm confident that the answer is no, so it's fine. Yeah, so you take a good look at these two new guys and you get the sense that they're just kind of going about their job. They're a little bit less, they seem a little bit less kind of, I guess, concerned with whatever it is that's going on here than the previous four men who seem to be kind of being a little bit more attentive and aware of what's going on. The two new guys kind of seem like they're just going about a kind of day-to-day job. And you also can tell that they are affiliated with the guild.
I would have believed the woman about the resurrectionist, but I don't know which is worse. I'll discard
It's the guild.
this. And I'll.
The guild is always the worst.
I'll let somebody else go first, but I will try to afterwards sneak back into the building if I can. But
I'll say your stealth
I'll
check
leave
is
that
good
for
enough
next
to
time.
get you back inside, so you can.
Okay,
head right
great.
back. Dexter, let's do some magics.
Let's do some magics. All right. I'm going to cast a spell, and that's going to be go invisible. And I actually have to flip that, but there we go. Oh, that's not enough. But what if I cheated in? Wow, a 13 of masks.
Yeah.
Too high.
Is that enough?
I am very invisible and for quite a while.
How long?
Let me get that for you. That's sorry, just a moment.
Loading.
There's a chart for these things. The increased duration is only steps of 2. So 5 is a meeting, a 13, that is 10 steps. Up to 6 months.
Really?
Oh my god. What?
Yeah.
That seems a lot.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's unnecessary. So
You're gonna say an hour? What do you? 6 months?
Well, because I automatically add a bunch of duration to it because I'm femological studies, which sets me to 1 minute and 1 round, and then from 1 minute, if we move it up, say 5 times, it goes 1 minute, 10 minute, 1 hour, sunrise, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 6 months.
Wow. Okay. I'm gonna say you're covered for the session.
Yeah, let's just make it. Let's make it till tomorrow. This time. He doesn't even make it that hard.
I'm gonna assume that you could choose to become uninvisible, right? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that
Fuck,
would
I have
kind
to,
of
I
suck if you were stuck invisible for 6
Yes. Somebody is
guess
tapping
you
shoulders like, hey, it's me.
If I really have to, I could counterspell myself.
Fair enough.
Okay, so take this weird miniatures. Please listen to this podcast and be like, "Hey, does this seem balanced to you and fair?" Fair and balanced.
Fair and balanced. That's exactly what this is.
Even
Everything's
if
fine.
we start at the bottom instead of a couple of rungs up, it's at least an hour.
Well, I was asking because the durations of the work were an hour, so it was theoretically going to be
Oh,
a
yeah.
week if nothing happened before the next duration. But if you
Oh,
guys,
I know.
you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Listen, things are starting to happen now.
Why magic sucks for RPGs. Anyway, is everybody else going back to work?
I would actually like to I think that at this point Charles has noticed that he is the only one working like hard, and
Fair enough.
yeah, and he's like looking around wondering if anyone's looking at how hard he's working.
Oh,
And he's kind of noticed people that have been gathering, so I would like to use notice if I can see what, or kind of understand what's going on with these guys.
What are you trying to discern? Like what they're
I'm trying
doing?
I'm trying to discern if they have weapons out, and if like they're starting to look like they're making a plan about what we're doing here.
Okay, well, I'll say that you've already seen that the two guys that were with Yelp have guns on them.
Yes.
The guy that came on the cart does not appear to be armed, at least not very obviously, but the two guys that just walked up both have rifles very clearly in their hands.
if I can come back inside in time, I will definitely, like, in a hushed tone, share that they're guild.
Give me some information. All right. So I guess I'm realizing that majority of people have not been working. I'm the only one still putting my
What's
back into
Abraham do?
this.
Because I feel like he's been working, no?
I'm a frontline labor boss. Like, I literally am. Like, I'm not using toughness because I'm also like just barely using more bravado than I am, my back. But it doesn't mean I'm not busting my absolute ass.
Fair.
But yeah, I'm going to use leadership to kind of continue the skill challenge while everyone else is off doing crazy shit. We have a job to do, guys. Leadership. Oh no!
They don't. Okay. Is everybody going back to work, or are you guys doing something first?
I mean, I'm gonna, after having shared the information, I'm gonna go back to working as well.
I fail.
So,
What was the total?
um,
Okay, stop
I got
flipping cards.
6.
Who's flipping all these cards?
sorry, I
Don't
thought
flip
you
until I tell you to
asked-
flip.
Sorry,
All right,
What was your total, Turtle?
I got a 6.
Okay, that's a margin of failure.
Just barely, but I do draw a card because I failed my
Social
on the
move.
pursuit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so 10. What does that put you at, Calder?
12. Oh, it's 12 for toughness.
Okay. So that's a success. And Brum.
An 8. What was I using? Toughness still for working?
Up to you.
12. Yeah. I'm still being super tough while working. That's a 12.
All right.
Good lord, I'm tough.
All right, so another hour goes by, and the progress is a little bit slower, but you're still making moves. Everybody just gonna keep working at it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm getting wary, but I'm loving the manual labor.
I'm not, but I want to keep pretending like I've got no idea what's going on.
So another hour goes by. Is Dexter just staying perched up and watching, or
At this point, he's actually going to walk out of the building, invisible,
Right.
and then hang out
You
about
could just stand
10
next to
yards.
them. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to hang out about 10 yards away from the group.
is that the range of your shotgun?
That's a little more than that. It's more I don't want to be breathing on anybody or somebody
Fair.
just to like turn around and bump into me
And see the
that's awkward.
footsteps. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Far enough away, and they're not, thinking about it.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough. All right. So let's run the challenge one more time. Target number 11. What order were we going in? Turtle.
All right, I will go with keep up the leadership just in case. 12.
Yeah, there you go.
What did that put you at?
12.
All right.
And toughness again.
I'm just
That's,
picturing all of you
13.
guys doing the Zoolander.
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
mines.
It's
Yeah,
a really
yeah.
good, a really good
Everyone's
approximation for what's going on.
To see what you can do.
It's a 13 for toughness.
Okay. Great. And Brum.
Let's get another one. Oh, it's 3 for toughness. Oh no, 5 for toughness.
Can you cheat that up to like a 7?
I can actually. Let me do that.
I mean, you've already hit the success requirement, and that's not going to put you over the failure requirement.
Oh, okay. I'll just keep it success then.
You can just be useless this time.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm losing steam.
You got the shakes.
Yeah.
Got the shakes. It's happening.
Oh, you didn't drink this time, did you?
No, I didn't. I didn't take a swig.
Be a negative. It's a waste of my negative that I was going to use on you, but flip another card.
Okay, that's fair.
Hopefully it's a 12 or a 13.
Oh,
Damn it!
well.
Ah!
You were the most useful alcoholic ever.
I'm really good at
Terrible.
working while drunk.
Just a functional alcohol.
It's really playing into the character.
All right, so I'm going to say that you guys all walk out of the building with your last couple of piles of debris, and the place looks it's not spotless, but it's pretty much empty.
It's better.
As you throw the stuff down in the pile, Mr. Yelp's going to look over at you. You guys all finished there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Wipe my brow and say, I'm 100% a union member, right?
He's gonna put on like a pensive face, and he's gonna just kind of like subtly nod towards you. That's pretty good time for a crew of 3. Why don't you guys throw the tools back in the bag for me, and we can get out of here.
I'm not gonna.
I'm gonna keep the tools.
Please don't.
I look
I mean,
remorsefully at my.
I will put the tool back. Look the crowbar back in. Like I'm not gonna.
I look remorsefully at my handy pry bar that I've been using.
Do you then go put it back, or are you holding it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go put it back.
Okay. Does Abraham just stand there and hold the tools, or does he go back for the bag?
Well, I have the tools in my my work bag. So I'm just gonna be like, pretend like I didn't notice. Like if he says something about it, he'll have to actually rummage through my bag.
Okay, so you took them.
Yeah, I took a pickaxe and a crowbar.
Gotcha. Okay, so
Union property.
everybody that was working was using the tools, and a bunch of you said that you took weapons out. So how many of you how many of you can have weapons out while you're doing physical?
No. I put the. It's a pocket pistol, so it's back secured in the hidden location.
Brom, I
I've got a
believe
gun
your
out.
weapon specifically says you can use your hands as if they're.
The fighting clause specifically says I am able to manipulate things and use other things while wearing them.
Turtle, what is your weapon?
Brass knuckles.
Do they have the ability to use them as if your hands are empty, or no?
No, they have the fist load, so that's a combat thing. They have concealable, and they can't be modified.
Gotcha. Okay, so you had to take them off to do the work.
Yeah.
Why are you asking all this?
Oh, no reason.
Yeah, I got no idea.
Well, hold on, because wait, we're finishing work and we're in the quarantine zone, so I'm going to put my knuckles back on because we're in an active war zone.
So as you,
I got a gun ready.
we know, Invisible Boy. You don't have to follow any.
Listen, I want to make sure you're following because nobody else is. I'm invisible.
Oh. Charles and Spicer turn back towards the bag that's by the door to put the tools back. And as they do that, I'll say that Merchant or Dexter and Abraham are both able to hear as Yelp takes a step back towards the group of people that are behind him. And he doesn't whisper it, but like sort of under his breath, he's going to say, take them. And he's going to kind of like make a little motion with his finger to point in the direction of the group, as all of the men that he's with point their weapons at you.
As they
Sweet.
point their weapons,
Yeah.
I'm gonna shoot them.
Okay. We're gonna flip for initiative.
I should have kept the pistol. That was stupid.
So you can open the map. All right, let's flip initiative. Merchant, go for it.
Yay! It's me, a merchant. I have to. I have a number. Hold on. 11 plus.
Oh, I'm so excited. What?
11 plus. 4, 15, sir.
Pretty good.
That is
Yep.
pretty good.
Killing your workers after they do their job. Oldest trick in the book.
Turtle flipping initiative.
Absolutely.
Or maybe they're just like rounding.
Ha!
Ooh.
At least that's used now. I got a 1.
Oh,
Wah, wah. Black Joker.
Voodoo.
But hey, it's out of combat.
Yeah.
6, and it's plus. Sorry, what?
Thank you. Oh, it's a
Hold on,
card.
Turtle. What is your total for with a 0?
I got a 1.
Okay.
Hang on a second. After flipping initiative, the character may discard a card from my hand to reflip. I'm gonna use preparations from Collaborator.
Sweet.
So I guess that 6 is mine.
Yep, then go
Sorry.
for that. Yep. No, that's fine.
I'll discard a 2. So I got a 7 total.
Nice. Kelly.
7, and it's plus or minus speed, right?
Oh, you should have a derived aspect that's initiative.
Oh, hang on, there it is. Yeah. So it's 9. Sorry.
All right, and Brum.
I need to flip. 9, and then I have 1 for initiative, I think. 3. So 12.
Sweet. Just in case it isn't clear, the top left building is the one you guys are working in. The tractor-looking thing is the cart, and there's just some other random buildings and crap laying around. And Dexter's up first.
Hearing Yelp tell his men to take my associates away is not an answer Dexter likes to hear. And for his first trick, he's going to cast Alakablam as he focuses and shoots his shotgun at Yelp with buckshot.
Are you in a place where he would not have cover?
Not really intended for that, but I mean, there's also not really a 10-yard space either, so I could be probably here or here. Either one probably works.
I think up top makes more sense for what you were.
Sure. And then
I guess
measuring
it
the
doesn't
tape.
really make a huge difference.
Yeah. I mean, worst case scenario, if I snug up to this, like, I don't know. Up to you. Anyways, I'm flipping a 11 plus my acting value of 4 for a 15 versus whatever his defense is.
He's at a 10.
He's at a 10. Nice. That's not enough for a positive, but I go to
Isn't that
neutral.
a margin of success? Isn't
think
5 a
it's-
margin of success?
No, it's normal for combat. It's normal
Malifaux rules.
You need 6.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I'd be a negative, which goes to neutral because of the focus. So we flip 1 card for damage. And it is severe,
Oh.
so that is 4 damage and a blast. And so it'll hit all those 3 guys around him for 3 damage.
Blast
That'll
is
be
my
my
hits, right?
Yes.
All right, so Abe, you're gonna take
Hit.
2 as well, or 3. You said
Mm-hmm.
so 4
3.
for him and 3 for everyone else.
Yep.
So I'll take 2, and I'm going to remember that.
You didn't even see it.
True, actually, yes. He's still visible. Amazing.
Our invisible friend, a guardian angel story.
Guardian angel story. Yeah. All guardian angels are just magicians pulling pranks. It's just a prank, bro.
Are blasts in this different than blasts in the
They
miniature
work like an
games? I mean,
aura or like a pulse. They're not.
Yeah, they work like
okay.
pulses. They're a little weird.
It's simpler. It's also more dangerous, but
You know, whatever. I didn't check where Abe was at, and that's some stray buckshot. That's my turn.
All right, Brum's up.
Alrighty. I'm gonna move up
Actually,
to
we just double check that you're not supposed to be slow because they tricked you.
because they tricked me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't even realize this was an ambush.
Well, I was already turned around, I guess, when they said, "Okay, take them," and I turned around to see if anyone was behind us.
He was saying take him home.
Oh, super helpful.
Oh wow! So you're not even. So the way it's written, you're not supposed to be able to do anything the first turn because you turn to put the tools away. I'm gonna say that because Dexter immediately
shotgun?
fired his shotgun because he was prepared for it. I'll just say that that Charles and Spicer have slow for the first turn, so you're gonna have 1 AP.
Okay. I guess actually, just considering all I can do is punchy punch, I think I'm gonna do the dumb thing. I'm gonna go forward. They all have guns though, right?
Several of them have guns.
So many of them have guns, it seems. I'm going to then have to move, and I don't think I can actually move to cover right now. Oh, 1 second. I'll walk 5. Actually, is that too far? Can I charge?
You have to have 2 AP to charge.
Oh, I only have 1 AP.
Yeah.
Charging is your charge aspects.
Plus my 2. That's 6, but I can't. But I cannot do it. All right, I guess I'm just gonna walk on. I'm gonna walk on forward to Abe.
Oh man,
What's up?
What's up, Abe?
Getting
Can I
yourself,
move my?
getting yourself right in that buckshot zone. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, like, if there's one thing Charles loves, he loves just getting in there.
Just a steel rain.
Can I move my own token?
You should be able to, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna move up to where Abe is and hang out with him, I guess, and then I'm gonna end. I can't do anything.
What's your move?
My move is 5.
Looks like you probably walk into melee.
Okay, let me see. I was here.
Uh,
What do you think?
50.
Yeah, 'cause you have a 7
like
inch.
that.
Yeah, okay. I'll walk between Thug 1 and Yelp over here. I hate his reviews.
Yeah, you're gonna give him a review.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a review. And I guess I can use my action point, right?
That was your action to walk.
That was my action point, and that's cool. I end my turn.
All right. So the guy that came in on the wagon, Mr. Barnabas, you don't know his name, but I've labeled him because reasons.
Yeah.
Is going
Super tragic backstory.
for sure.
About to be.
He's gonna charge at Mr. Charles.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
What's up, Barnabas?
Give me a target number 10 defense check.
Okay, let me just flop a card. 10 defense, and what do I got for defense? 3, so that's 9. Nah. I don't like it. I'm gonna have to cheat. All right, so this would make it target number 10. Yeah. All right.
He would still hit you if you tie him. He just gets double negative.
Oh. That's kind of the best I got at the moment. So yeah, that's all I got.
You want to keep the card then, or you want to?
Yeah, I might as well just keep it. I'll unflip my 7. All right, let me just keep it. Hit me.
What's the total then?
That's 9.
All right, so he'll take a negative. That's gonna be 2 damage.
All right, that's not great.
And then we're gonna do it again.
Do it again?
Yep.
All right, let me put that 2 damage down. All right, flip. Still bad. Shit.
Like there's a pattern with when you get attacked.
I know.
You
All right, I
eyebrow.
do have a. I'm good. I am gonna cheat on this one with my other card.
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah. All right. So that gives me an 11 total.
All right, he'll miss. So he runs at you. He's got he had a pair of. Oh, I'm sorry, he doesn't have any weapons. He's just punching you. So
Ooh.
he runs around Mr. Yelp, and he starts swinging away. He connects once, and then you jump out of the way of his second punch. Man, I can't tell you how much I hate randomizing.
What initiative are
just
we at?
just use the third edition rule on that and just give him a negative for it.
I really
Make
want
it
to,
simple.
but I'm sure there's other mechanics that are going to screw that up at some point.
Nah. Or shoot the guy not in melee.
Actually, is Charles? Yeah, Charles is engaging him. All right, so Mr. Yelp is going to try to disengage from Charles. He is slick as oil, so you're going to get a negative twist.
Mm.
Get out of
So
the park.
take a melee attack against him. He's defense 10, and take a negative twist.
Then take a negative twist.
Yeah, so flip more.
All right, 9 and that's gonna do. And I do the AV, right? So that's 13.
Okay, so you stop him from disengaging. He's going to try again. So another negative twist.
Oh, don't shit.
Hold on, don't do anything.
All
Don't
right,
shit.
undo it. Don't shit.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Okay, I won't.
Nobody shit.
All right,
It's the
so that one will
quarantine
fail.
zone.
All right, so he's slick as oil. He got away.
Yeah, but it took a 2 AP, which is unfortunate.
Which is the
Good.
perfect amount.
So he's then going to walk over here, and he's done. Oh, I get a whole bunch of goes in a row. This is fun.
Yeah, it's
No,
like
it's
playing
not.
Warhammer.
I don't get to do my
I
whole arm.
specifically play Malifaux because I didn't want to do broadside style gaming. And here we are.
Hey, look, they can shoot everything and everyone. I love it.
Oh god.
All of the time.
All right, so rifleman number 1 is going to take a shot at Spicer because you're
Okay.
not engaged.
Mhm.
Oh, actually, do they have to? Yeah, they do have to deal with it. Damn it. All right, target number 12.
Yeah, no, got nothing better. So yeah.
Well, what is your total? It matters. You don't want to get moderate damage.
No, it is 10.
Okay.
So negative. That's going to be 1 damage.
That could have gone worse,
It could.
given that they've both got aim directly at me. I'm well aware.
Okay, sorry about that. He's going to shoot you again. Target number 12.
Gonna cheat him an 8 for a 11. Oh, nope. Oh, it went to discard pile. Sorry.
What suit was on the
Oh, it was Rams. So
Okay. So take a negative. That's going to be 3 damage.
Okay.
And rifleman number 2 is going to shoot at Abe. So we're going to randomize between Abe, Barnabas, and Charles.
Mm.
So
Mhm.
we'll do Abe, Barnabas,
Yep.
and Charles. Charles takes it.
Of course I do. Gladly.
Get down, Mr. Barnabas.
And we shuffle up so we draw a card, right?
We don't have to flip a card yet, so not yet.
Okay.
All right, target number 12.
Now we do.
Yeah, can I do?
You
Don't we
flip
shuffle?
first.
Hmm?
You flip a
There's
card
nothing-
first, and then
There's nothing left in the
hit the
in the
one.
fate deck.
It'll shuffle them and flip the card.
Oh, okay.
Okay, everybody can draw. I
5.
guess it didn't really matter because you'd still have an opportunity to shoot.
Yeah, 5 and I gotta draw.
This guy over here.
Yeah. Just doing straight defense, right?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna definitely cheat this. I'll get a 12 on defense.
That's tied again.
Yep, that's the best I can do.
What suit was that card?
That was, I think it was Tomes. Let me give a little peek here. Oh, never mind. That was Tomes. Yeah.
Yeah, the 9 Tomes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so double neg. That's gonna be 1 damage.
Wow, really starting this off strong. Good stuff.
And he's gonna try to shoot Abe again. So 1 for Abe, 1 for Barnabas, 1 for Charles. I think we have a tie for. Yeah, you
Yep.
guys both tied. So let's do a tiebreaker. Why is this not this guy? There we go. Abe, Charles. Abe takes it.
Heck yeah.
Talking
I
about-
eat bullets for breakfast.
Oh, so that's where you got the idea to feed them to the guy. Maybe you really thought you were doing a nice thing.
He looked hungry.
Target number 12.
All right, so. Ha!
Oh, shit.
I got a 2.
Okay. That's
At
a
least it's not a
straight flip.
positive. Yeah.
That's 2 black jokers for me.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh, that sucks. That's one down.
Ah!
Dodged it.
So so armor doesn't reduce it to 0, correct? It's still 1.
Yeah, you still take one.
So he grazes me, and I look at him. I'm like, I'm gonna make you eat the whole rifle, boy.
Jesus.
All right. Spicer's up.
Right, so I want to kind of hopefully find some kind of distance. I've got I didn't realize the paint on it. I've movement 4, so how far can I?
The movement is in units of 10 is 1 inch.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's the worst thing about Vassal. It sucks.
Ideally, I want to get
If you want to measure distance, here's what you want to do. Click on your model and then hold control on your keyboard and hit a number, and it'll give you an aura of that distance.
Oh, okay.
That's the easiest way to check out range.
Nope, don't do that. I'm
Ooh, that was exciting.
just gonna ideally hide here.
Well, keep in mind you got to walk around that wall, so you might have to pull back. just a
Oh.
little bit. It's not much, but still.
Fair enough. Can I use the one AP I have to draw my gun? Because that's all I got.
Can you imagine if you lost your entire first turn
Yeah, I mean,
and everybody was just standing there asking?
I'm sorry. Yeah, this is still your first go, so you only have one AP.
Yep. So that's it.
So you can't draw your gun. You can walk or draw your gun, but no.
Oh no, I'll walk. Yeah, no, I'm not.
All right. So thug number 1 is going to try to punch Charles.
Go ahead. Try.
Do it. I dare you.
Which I mean, hit you with a sword.
Oh.
Target number 9.
Did they have their swords drawn?
Red Joker.
I'm going to say they drew them in the time that you guys turned around. So yes. Okay,
Red Joker.
that's probably going to do it. I would imagine.
Please, I would hope that does it.
One more time. Target number 9.
Target number 9. Hold on. 7. Plus 3, 10.
Okay. He will swing at you twice and miss both times. And thug number 2 is then going to charge in and get involved in this little party that's going on in the middle here.
Nice party.
What's his
I'm
melee
doing this.
reach?
1 inch. That should be in. Yeah.
Okay.
That's going to be target number 9 on Charles again.
Could you choose someone else? 12. No. Oh, sorry, that's 11.
Keep in mind your new trigger. Don't forget, if you are getting attacked, you want to make a note of that.
Oh, you're right.
So that will miss. What suit is the trigger on?
Or
It'd be masks, but I'm not sure.
yeah, it's mask for me.
All right, one more time. Target number 9.
Duck and weave tomes. But that's that when I'm attacking. Yeah, I have 15.
Okay, he misses.
15. I'm just dodging. I'm so nimble.
All right, and to round us out, Abe's up.
All right, I'm going to disengage.
Okay.
So I need to make a defense flip from Barnabas.
Yep, it's gonna be target number 10.
Easily 11.
Okay.
So Gabe's sorry, not Gabe. Abe is going to roll 4. So he's going to go here with his first AP, and then a second AP is going to be to get right in the middle of these guys.
Oh,
That's pretty
Oh my
smart.
god.
And then my
Well,
bonus action is I'm gonna terrorize the guy who shot me.
Okay, number one.
With
Or
so
two, rather.
I'm gonna look at him as I'm slowly walking over as they're like cocking their guns at me, like cracking my knuckles. All right, so I need to do a. It's resisted by willpower, and my AV is 4.
Or a 0.
well, Abe's getting a lot more lead.
Is this a 0 action? Because didn't you have to walk twice?
Yep, it's a 0 action.
Oh, okay, sweet.
It's a range 6 too, so I'm gonna do it before I continue moving.
So it's against willpower, target number 11.
Okay. 14.
I'll do it.
And it's a mask, not a ram. Oh man. Oh wait. No, I don't have any. Don't have any rams. I have a really cool trigger on that, but missed it. All right. That's it for Abe.
Just want everybody to appreciate that he just did that so that the rest of the team isn't going to keep getting murdered by this rifleman.
Yeah.
Feels
I
really
would.
good.
But Abe is now going to eat a lot of buckshot.
If
Well,
if we
you're gonna
if
shoot
we
over
live,
here?
if we live, like Spicer's gonna buy Abe so many drinks.
Charles is going to be so disappointed that he doesn't get all the drinks.
He doesn't get any drinks, man.
All
See
right.
what happens. Like he can still,
I'm still standing.
So,
Yep.
so just to clarify, so terrifying. You have negative to. You're terrified. This character is negative to all attacks made against any character with the terrorized manifested power.
So you.
Yeah, so you have negative to attack me, and
Nice.
as a reminder, I get a +2 close combat attack flips for disengaging and stuff like that.
Nice.
Oh, wow. That's pretty good.
And for you, those negatives manifest as positives to your defense. Because they don't flip cards.
Yeah.
The more you know.
It feels good.
All right. Dex is up.
Dexter's up and suddenly finds a field missing targets.
Makes you feel any better? The Fate Master is having the same problem, but
Hey, no worries. What is it to climb up onto the wagon? Like half my movement or something?
I'll say 2 inches.
2 inches?
There, yeah.
Okay. I'll move 2 inches to the wagon, 2 inches to go into the wagon, and 1 inch in the wagon.
Okay.
And then I will shoot into Yelp from
So
near.
just to clarify, the front part of the wagon there is a mule or an ox. I forget. Some kind of animal.
Mule. Yeah, don't
Like-
hear something it was.
Like I could be like up here, right? Basically.
Yeah, I was
can
going to say,
shoot
so
at
if you
him
want to get in the
where he-
driver's seat, that's the right spot. If you want to go forward,
Yeah,
you're
sure.
mounting a wild animal.
Oh, I just want to get where I can like shoot him without cover, or he doesn't have cover.
Yeah, that's fair.
So we're gonna just shoot that man. What's my defense? The target number as I vault into the seat and try to shoot at him one-handed with a shotgun.
It's going to be target number 10.
Target number 10.
You get a bonus because he doesn't see you, or I don't know how invisibility works in this.
So invisibility is kind of cool. To even target me, he needs to make a notice check at double negative. So I have a double positive stealth check against him wanting to do anything, and then he has to shoot me or do whatever he wants to do, which he then still has a negative or a double negative after that.
Okay, so it's not like you have advantage to attack rolls or anything like that.
Nah, it's not that cool. I still have to shoot people normally. They just have, like invisibility. They don't see me very well. It's kind of cool. All right. That is a number over his defense, which is 10, and my acting value is 4. So it's a 13.
Okay.
And I'm gonna, before anything else, I'm gonna check what 2 inches off this guy will look like. Would you say that's hitting Barnabas or not? I can't tell.
Yes.
Okay, doke. I will not cheat then. So that is 13 to, what did you say, 10? So negative flip?
Yes.
Okay. Weak damage for 2.
And
Nope.
any blast?
No blast. It's weak. That's my turn.
I could do a thing here. I don't think I want to though. Man, I got a cool trigger, but it's not going to be useful. That sucks.
Oh, you
Oh,
got a
no.
trigger on
Why don't
mask?
you let me play with my toys?
I want to use a mask, but it's not that cool.
I mean, it is cool. It's just it would hurt me more than it would hurt you. So that's
Oh, that's funny.
yeah. In a very weird specific case, which I'll explain to you later. But
okay.
Charles is up.
All right, let's take some steps here. Let's punch Barnabas a couple times in the face with my fighting claw.
Okay, just make sure that you're doing this right because the fighting claw, you are going to make a martial arts attack, and it's just boosting the damage track, if I remember correctly.
Yes, but this is the mistake that we made last time.
And by we, you mean you.
Me, the whole time.
Yes.
Yeah. Masks is for pressure point. Okay, so if I have 2 AP, right?
So, yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna do 2 attacks, but
Target
first one.
Wait,
Oh, would you look at that?
Who's giving damage to my dudes?
That's bad. I want to cheat. What was the target you said?
10. Whoever is putting numbers on the models, can you not do that, please?
I am going to flip
sorry.
this 5 and cheat it so that it's a 10 even, so it ties.
Oh, but that's all the damage they've taken.
All right, so and then damage on a tie. I go with the low damage.
No, so you hit a 10,
Yeah, I hit a 10 even.
so it's going to be a double negative for your damage.
All right. So I'm flipping.
3 cards.
Oh
Yeah.
man, 3 cards.
Pretty good.
10 and a 7. All right, cool.
It's moderate.
Moderate, so 4 damage.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, it feels pretty good.
Big damage. But he's taken 7 so far. Chomp.
Barnabas can suck it.
So you punch him and you hit him square in the face. And as you pull your hand back, you notice that as you punched him, a bunch of blood squirted out and some of it hits you and it burns.
Oh, that's not
And
great.
you take a point of damage.
Wait.
Are you saying this man has black blood?
Oh man.
Are you saying that
I mean, does it
Dexter
look
knows
like-
what that means and is
That's-
watching?
That's pretty common knowledge. I'm pretty sure everybody knows.
Depends on if Charles starts screaming about flipping coins and it's fair.
I'm screaming.
Acid!
It's the alien.
He's got that alien blood. Somebody throw milk on my face.
I guess that staggers me enough to not punch him again.
Does
You
it?
have an AP, so you can if you want, but
No, I'm gonna punch him again.
okay.
It
Stop
burns
bleeding
so
on me.
good.
Yeah, okay, I'll go for it again.
All right, target him 10.
That's a 12.
So negative twist?
Negative twist. So three cards, right?
No, 2.
2. 8.
It's moderate.
Moderate. 4 damage again.
How is your damage track 4 on moderate?
I think that was when we were going over my character sheet, it was one of those things with because I was a fighter.
What are your pursuits?
Scrapper.
Okay, I'll sort that out.
You picked Duck and Weave, didn't you? Does that not help?
Oh no, you know what it was? It's that the weapon is +1 to every step of the damage track, if I remember right. So
that might have been it.
Yeah.
And also that 7 of tomes gives me Duck and Weave.
Duck and Weave is the which
+1 defense.
No, that's only
Till,
if you're being attacked. That's not if you're attacked.
Oh, but don't I just get it?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
But
This character gains the following trigger on your close combat attacks: Duck and Weave. Yeah, this is on your attacks.
Is it? I thought it was a
Yes.
defense trigger.
Yeah, no, it is a
Well, it's-
combat trigger. It is on his.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, +1 until the start of my next turn.
Nice.
Yeah. Bopping dudes makes him more defensive.
Cool. All right, so he is going to take another fist directly to the face, which is going to knock him down and also squirt some blood on you, and you're going to take another point of damage.
Can I try to avoid the blood?
No.
Okay.
Is the thug also seem to be getting hurt by this?
Am I screaming from acid? I think I am.
Is the
Probably,
thug
I mean-
also screaming from acid?
Give me a target number 7 scrutiny check.
I'm not the closest one. I'm asking because Charles would be the person to notice.
Yeah,
but
also,
I
you're not
can
even
if you
looking
want.
at him, so you're not going to notice.
Am I noticing? Am I noticing this
Yes,
blood?
I'll say
spraying
that.
up?
Yes, I'll say that you are noticing the blood going out in several different directions, and it is also getting on the other guy. And he did
Great.
not seem to be enjoying it.
I'm sure he didn't.
I mean, it's blood.
Okay.
That's unsanitary.
Exactly.
OSHA does not approve.
That's how you get VD.
Yeah. What if this guy gets the clap from it or something?
Is that
Catch Nephilim.
Charles' whole turn?
He's gonna get
Yeah, that's
hep C.
Charles's whole turn. I guess he's just kind of really loving the acid.
He enjoys
You
it.
get in one street brawl, and the next day you got hep C, and then your wife leaves you.
Stories of my life.
Well, it would be Barnabas' turn now, but you have to go and beat him up. Rude. Mr. Yelp is gonna take a shot at Spicer.
Oh, okay.
Listen, he thinks there's a sniper here, but he doesn't see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just there's just buckshot raining down from the back of the wagon. He doesn't know why, but
All right, so
Well, it's backfiring.
yeah, there you go. It's target number 12.
so it's, I'm gonna cheat in the 12 plus my hang on 3 defense, so it's 15.
Okay, so he will miss and he'll try again. Target number 12.
That's a 14.
Man, he's the best shot in my whole team here, and you're just ignoring it like you
It's
don't give-
I have 1 health point left. Leave me alone.
I will not leave you alone, but you will ignore me anyway. All right, so he has his little pistol in his hand, and he takes 2 shots, and they just bounce off the side of the building, and ricochet, and
He's panicking.
he misses.
You're getting sloppy, kid.
Yeah. Okay, and next up is the rifleman, and now
Hi.
they can't do anything.
Rifle man.
You guys have really made all of my guys useless, and I'm really upset about it. And you should stop that. It's rude.
Rude.
Rifle man.
Rude.
Take me
All
by
right,
the hand,
so
rifle man.
Rifleman number 1 is going to try to disengage from Abe. You get a plus to your attack, right?
Yep. Because I can't see far away, so I punch real good up close. All right, so flip 2, take the highest. My acting value is 5,
Defense 10.
so 15.
That will fail. Do it again.
A 15 will fail.
His disengage will fail, not your
Yeah.
your strike.
Oh, I was like, what?
Yeah, his action.
All right,
No,
so second.
he's flipping red jokers every time. He's a tyrant. You didn't know?
Oh, my apologies, sir. All right, so second.
Target number 10. Fails
18.
again.
A hard no.
Rifleman number 2, do the same thing. This is just gonna be milling cards. What a fucking
16.
Next attempt.
do it again.
Hang on. This is. Do I get triggers on any of this, or probably not?
Not a disengage.
Okay. Lame.
Yeah,
And
keep
2 more.
milling all those really nice cards.
15.
Okay, they will both just stand there and be useless. Wonderful.
I'm gonna literally. They try to run away, and I just grab them by the back of their coats and pull them back towards me.
It's like a Looney
Get
Tunes
away.
cartoon. They're just running in place while you hold their jacket.
pull them back in.
This is what I do.
All right, Spicer's up.
It's a good.
I'm
job.
very torn between ready weapon and shoot or ready weapon and focus first.
Focus will go away at the end of the turn. This is second edition, so
Oh well, then no. Okay, I'll just ready weapon and shoot at Yelp.
Solve that dilemma.
I can help you
Yep.
decide that.
Thank you so much. That's pistol. Oh. Nope. That will just be a
10. So.
hot 5. Wow. Okay. That's all I got. Is that too-
Just don't forget to track your ammo.
Yep.
Okay, Yelp is destroyed. No, that's.
So,
to the-
rules question.
Yep.
Sorry. So, terrorize is a manifested power, and it uses a social skill intimidate. Does that count towards my on the pursuit if I fail it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it still counts as that kind of duel, irrespective of why you're doing it.
I like this character.
Yeah, it's a pretty neat trick you got there. Stand between the riflemen and make them useless.
I've done it before, and I'll do it again.
Hey, it works. All right, so the thug number 1 is gonna try to punch Charles again because that's the fun thing that old cool kids are doing. So, target number 9.
Oh man.
And you get plus. Don't forget your +1 to.
Oh,
defense.
I do get that. I do get that happy-go-lucky
Nice.
+1. Feels great. So defense. That you said target number 9.
Yep.
It has, but I might need to cheat this because, or else I'm probably gonna die. So I'll do a 10 instead,
Do it again.
and that fails.
Oh.
That's bad.
What's total
5.
with your +1?
Oh no, 6.
So negative for damage. That's gonna be 1 damage.
So what happens when I reach 0?
You're gonna take a target number 10 toughness check.
All right, toughness.
Critical wounds.
Critical lose. That doesn't sound good to me.
Critical wounds.
Hold on. I want to make sure I got this. Okay, yeah. Okay, 11 toughness. Yes.
So you will
Stay-
stay conscious, and
Stay alive.
I'm gonna flip a card for critical effect. You are going to fall prone.
All right, I'm on the ground.
What does prone do?
You have to spend an AP to stand back up. I think it halves your movement if you want to move.
Oh,
And
crawling.
anybody targeting you in melee gets a positive twist. Anybody targeting you with a range attack gets a negative twist.
Oh yeah, I remember you could throw yourself prone when you're being shot at.
He's pretty nice.
All right. So that was the second attack. So now thug number 2 is going to punch you, and you're going to take a negative twist because he gets a positive twist, and it goes the other way.
Okay.
So target number 9.
That's 6 away. So negative twist, that's an 8. My defense.
With your +1.
Oh, 9. Haha, thank you for the reminder. 9.
All right, so double neg. That's going to be 1 damage again.
All right, I am now. Yep, that's quite a bit of damage.
Target number 10, tough check.
Doing a little toughness. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, okay.
Oh.
Oh, I can't cheat. That's me.
Unconscious.
Unconscious.
All right.
Man.
And what's your health at right now? Neg 1?
Neg 1.
All right, so critical effect is going to do nothing. He is then going to. He's then going to head over towards Abe to try to
Help out.
his buddies.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's not going to do much, but he's going to try. All right. And Abe's up.
Sweet. I'm going to terrorize the thug that's walking over.
Nice.
How rude.
From the
You like-
ground. Just yeah.
Oh, you want to join the party? As I'm like having one arm wrapped around the other guy's head and just punching the other one in the face. All right, so
Ooga booga booga.
I'm currently getting a 7, but I'm gonna cheat that to a 10. Because it's the target number was 10, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So cheat to a 10. So he is terrified of me.
Damn.
So yeah, I'll keep this up. So Rifleman number 2 is going to get punched in the dome.
How rude.
Abe is just a machine.
Yeah, I have 8 wounds, by the way, so I have 3 on me. I'm looking good. So
Pretty much
that's still a 9. So I will cheat that to a. Let's see, what is my pugilism trigger? I don't think I actually have one. Nope. Okay, so I'm gonna cheat that to a. You said. So I'm gonna cheat that to a 10. Beast mode! Beast mode!
All right, so double egg.
So reshuffle the fate deck. So, but I ignore one of the negs because of my finely crafted fisties.
Okay.
So that'll be
Right,
weak
right.
damage of 1, and yeah. And then my second attack will be the same thing. Punch him in the dome, getting a 18.
That'll probably do it. Straight flip.
Moderate of 3 sounds fine to me.
Okay.
Goddamn.
Choo choo! Union's coming, boys!
Single-handedly, you're soloing 3 different NPCs right now. It's pretty wild.
Well, Charles was too.
To be fair, they're the weaker 3.
True.
Yelp is the hardest, is the toughest one. But all right, that's you, right?
Yep.
Back to Dexter. Mr. Invisible.
All right. Yeah, the invisible gunman.
Would you like to drop the invisibility spell? Because you
Nah,
can.
I like it.
Remember, we decided
could-
you can. You could just drop it.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
All right.
I'll let you. I'm
I'll
really,
remember to do it later. Yeah,
okay.
that sounds good. Yeah.
I'll let you do it
He's
as
not-
a 0 right now. You can just do it.
Oh, like as a bonus?
Yeah.
Like that could cost me an action
Like
to do?
no,
That's
like
sick.
a free bonus. Like we could. It would be not even a 0. Like a negative.
Okay. Well, I think Dexter's a little too focused on landing the shot because he's gonna be like taking that hand that he used to help climb himself up in there and putting it on his gun and then really aiming at this guy, probably right at his noggin. So let's focus shoot.
It's rude.
Yelp.
Yeah.
What's his difficulty to hit? 10? That's a 16. So I'll be doing a positive, or not a positive, a straight flip for damage.
Didn't you focus?
I'll do a positive then.
Posy.
Posy, let's go. Burr, 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 burr.
Nice.
Wah, wah.
I'm gonna cheat in this big ol' Hoffman
Oh!
for 4.
Yeah, no, I didn't like that.
Field power.
As I'm just giving him a lead shower.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Oh damn!
Alrighty. And then you hear from nowhere in particular, probably just Splicer. I guess it was time to punch your clock.
Suddenly, Dexter is
that's a good
Dubuque.
As Dexter's trying out one-liners, but nobody can see who says them, so he doesn't get credit.
I mean, do I recognize the voice if I overhear it? I mean, I probably do.
I'd say so. Yeah, you guys spent an hour
Yeah.
or so in the carriage earlier.
Like wondering, like, was it? No.
Who?
I lost a lot of blood, so I don't remember. I think I remember.
I feel kind of woozy. Before he ends his turn, he's gonna actually like look over to see if there's anything in the carriage. Just glance behind him. Anything interesting back there?
It's covered, so you'd have to go around back to see.
No worries. Alrighty.
Or like at least
That's
be beside it
Dexter.
and try to pull up the covering.
Yeah,
From
no,
where
he's
you're
not that interested in it.
All right, so Charles is having a nap.
He's having a little one. Yeah, he's taking a little nap.
So he's not gonna do nothing. And so is Yelp. So we're back to the rifleman. I'm gonna bet real world money here that they're gonna do not a goddamn thing.
They're
That's a
gonna
pretty safe bet.
look like a Scooby-Doo cartoon, just spinning their legs.
Go ahead and
not
take
getting
your
They
away.
can
positive
always give up.
test
Hmm.
on the
Oh, are they trying to?
strike.
Okay, so they're trying to leave.
Yep.
Okay. Red Joker.
Oh, shocking! It worked.
Oh.
Try it again.
11. 12.
No, that won't work either. Number 2, he's gonna try twice. Just give me another
Hi, buddy.
2
What's
positive
up?
twists.
16.
They have no melee attack. There's
And-
literally nothing else they can do. They're useless.
Can they
They
not just like
bash?
Oh, you
Bash
can,
Isn't
give
bash
them,
an
you can
attack?
use that rifle butt thing. That's
Yeah,
That's
neither of
an
them is
Stats, they have lower odds than succeeding in their skill. So not gonna happen.
I know, but
no,
Was
that's
that
what
the
It makes him
Gunther
feel
is
better.
for. That's what Gunther is for.
Yeah, I
for
got a
just-
14 on the last one.
Okay, good. All right. They are both done, and we're back to Spicer.
Damn right they are.
I think I'll move over here ish. So I can. Would I get like a straight line like shot at the thug?
Yeah. What's your? Yeah, you should have plenty of range, right?
Yeah. And
Actually,
then
you,
I'll-
you should have been able to see him from somewhere from where you were before, because Charles is on the ground.
Oh, he's sorry. Now I will stay there because I like being
yeah, you
in
could,
some kind of
you
cover.
could just shoot that first thug if you wanted to.
You can see the second one too. You can choose either one.
Oh, okay. First one first. So I will shoot twice. So first time. Okay, no.
Against Thug 1.
That is, I think, just there's no way that hits.
Are you targeting Thug
Yeah.
1?
Thug 1. Yeah.
Okay.
That is
target number 9.
3. No, it's 4. So never mind. That's nope. And second one also at him. That's 11.
So negative for damage.
Mm-hmm. 5 is
Weak damage.
is it? It's weak. Yeah.
Just barely.
And that second that is a sorry, 2. Fantastic.
It's better than the rifleman's weak damage. They're
That's
using
true.
rifles.
That's true. That pistol was expensive in character creators. Most of the money went into the pistol.
Most of mine went into my armor.
Smart
Yeah.
move, actually. Like I'm just bleeding unarmored profusely.
This combat encounter was supposed to be challenging.
Well,
Was
that's
it?
And I'm
It-
bad.
It was challenging for me.
Hashtag.
Well, you tanked all the damage. You did your job. That's what you're supposed to do.
Well, you know, when you're like, "Hey, wizard, you want to do some manual labor on this sussy job?" and he's like, "Nah."
Nah, bruh.
I'll
Also,
guardian
like,
angel that shit.
So as tough as Abe is, he doesn't do a lot of damage. So Charles, like your damage track, your moderate damage track is like so much. Your weak damage is twice as high as mine. Like you did more damage than I'm ever going to do this encounter, but I'm going to negate a bunch of damage. So it's we work good together.
All
Yeah,
right.
it was working.
Thug number
I'm on the
1
ground.
is gonna charge Abe because that seems like a smart thing to do. But at least he can. Oh,
That's
you know
what
what?
we
Never
got,
mind.
Abe.
Hold on. Let me take that back because they have a gun too. Hold on. Is their gun any good?
This guy just needs to look for this hidden gunman.
No,
He
he's
needs
just,
to
shoot
check
back
behind
at
the
this-
grassy knoll.
he's just gonna charge you. There's no reason not to. Target number 9.
All right, so straight up, Black Joker
Oh.
again.
Sweet. That's
I'm the
31.
best. That's a 3, lucky 3. All right.
Damn.
So I got a 2 on my defense.
All right, that's gonna be straight flip for damage.
Yeah.
At least I can't get any triggers when you Black Joker. That's 2.
Ow, I take 1.
All right, do it again.
All right, and you guys are welcome for eating all the Black Jokers. I got a 10.
Yeah, thanks, bud.
Okay. So Thug number 2, he's the one that is terrified, right? Terrorized, whatever.
Yes. So I get a plus to the.
Yeah, but he's
Or
scared,
is he-
so he's not gonna swing his sword at you. What's your melee range?
1.
Instead, he is going to shoot Spicer with his pistol.
Oh fuck. Okay.
You'll have cover though.
So you also get a plus.
So,
Yeah.
Oh, it's a positive.
Yeah. So target number 9.
Yeah, let's see. 13.
All right, and one more time. Just a
Yeah,
whole bucket of fails.
14.
Nice.
As it should be.
Abe's up.
Oh, sweet, I get a turn. I'm gonna terrorize Thug number 2.
He's already beat his pants. What are you
Actually,
trying to do? Come on.
You're gonna
I'm trying to emotionally scar him because on a tome trigger, I actually damage him.
Oh,
you're
okay.
gonna hear from the
Uh,
distance. Abe, unless you
16?
want a lead shower, get out of there.
I
How?
will
He's just
ignore it.
boxed in.
I'm surrounded. All right, so rifleman number 2 is going to get punched. Some more. I'm going to go with the 9, I guess, out of the 9s. So 14.
Okay, negative.
All right. Negative.
God
4?
damn. Ridiculous. He's done.
Wait. I'm sorry. I need to put one of those back because I have ignore one of the negatives.
Okay.
So take severe 4. Is he still all right? So rifleman number 2 is going to get 13.
Yep, with a negative.
So straight up because of my fistful, and I will cheat a severe. So take
Nice.
4 more. Seems like a good use of that.
Like,
As you take these 2 guys who you've been holding by the collars and just conk
Each
their
other.
heads
Yep.
together, and they
100%.
just
That's
fall
exactly
down.
what I was gonna say. You pull both of them together, they smash their heads into each other and fall on the ground. Done.
And I'm gonna turn slowly and look at thug number 2.
Our number 2, it will never get the stains out of his underwear. It's just they're done forever.
Bullies are so cool.
You should check out the Boogeyman as well. They sort of work together.
That's cool. I need to buy the guild book, the Bayou book, and the Neverborn book.
Mm-mm.
But that's
sounds very good.
after I get paid.
And soon, the 10 Thunders book. That's right. Check out weirdminiatures.com for the 10 Thunders book coming soon to you.
I mean, it would be funny, except that my entire channel is a commercial for Weird products. So, like, whatever.
We just spontaneously take breaks and just chill.
Yes, absolutely.
By the way, check out the eBay store, Biclops Gladiator Games.
And you can find this adventure at Drive-Thru RPG.
Nice.
Dexter's up.
All right. That guy's got stains in his pants, and he's about to have them in his shirt as well, as Dexter takes another focused shot and is going to shoot at Thug 2.
Survives, he will run away this turn. He's not down.
Yeah. Yeah, let's focus shoot that man.
But he won't.
What's his defense?
9.
9? Yeah, we're going to flip for a 14 with crows so that I cannot do any blasts. All blast damage will become positive damage.
Thank you so much.
So that would be a negative to a positive for focus.
Mm-hmm. Or neutral.
Or to a straight, yeah, I'm sorry.
Straight. Alrighty. That's weak, so I'm going to cheat my last card. And it's going to be a moderate +1, so that's 3, goes to 4 damage.
Yeah, he had 1 health left, so he's definitely dead.
Hi.
Yeah.
How you doing, buddy?
Suddenly you're no longer surrounded.
We've got him,
Feels good.
boys. He's surrounded.
Dead.
Conk.
Guys?
Bang.
Guys.
Spicer's up.
We'll focus shoot Thug 1.
Okay, you do have
And-
to randomize for that, just so you know.
Sorry, what?
You have to randomize for that, just so you know.
It'll be in melee.
Oh, no, in that case, I'm just going to reload my gun and not do anything because I don't want to hit Abe by accident.
Why don't you go check on Charles?
You can randomize. You can cheat when you randomize.
Actually, good point.
So it'll be
I
2
will
cards,
go-
and as long as you have a low card or a high card, you can
guaranteed.
I don't have any cards, so I'm just
Oh, well,
gonna
then
check
that's
on
better.
Charles. Yep. I'll see
love-
if I can.
Okay.
Would love a med check.
Yeah, target number 5, doctor check.
Yeah, let's.
Doctor, give me the news. I've been acids on my face.
That's
Wait a
just
second, I
a
don't think
flat
that's how that
10.
song goes.
It's just a flat 10.
Oh.
Sorry.
that heals you for 2, and you can wake up.
Oh, I'm a wait. So now I'm at 1 because I was at -1 before.
Yep.
Just for future reference, if I have armor, does that reduce damage?
Healing?
No,
Damage?
does that-
Damage if you take more than 1 point.
Oh, if I take more than 1 point. Okay, that feels good. Okay.
And then heavy armor, which you need to have like heavy armor and 2 pieces of light armor to count, reduces damage by 2.
Oh.
But it doesn't.
By the
I'm
way,
point 1 script away from that.
So I'm back up, and I'm like, oh, I'm looking around. I'm like, did we get him?
well, you are
Almost.
still laying down.
No, I'm supine.
You're planking.
Yeah. Ugh.
By the way, Abe, I missed you with the shotgun surgeon trigger.
I
So if you
appreciate
need
that.
some surgery afterwards.
I will. I have a lot of lead sticking out of my face.
Oh, really? We just had it. We're...
All right. The thug is going to try one last time to punch Abe because that's a smart move. Target number 9.
This is the one.
Oh,
This is
sure.
the Hail Mary.
Yeah, this is where it all
So-
turns in his favor.
This is where he
I'm
becomes a
going
henchman.
to go ahead and cheat a success. Got a 12.
All right.
Nice.
And again.
All right, I got a 4.
Let it go.
Yeah, I'm good.
Uh,
Even a black joker won't down me. I mean, a red joker won't down me. So
You don't know his damage track. Oh, you're definitely
I
down.
mean, we get some idea, but
I mean, Red
2
Joker
I
in
take
this is
1?
pretty spicy. It's
wait,
max plus min.
his moderate damage is 2?
Yeah.
Ow. With his sword?
Yeah.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
fine.
he's a sharpen it.
They're a little underwhelming.
I literally catch the blade in my hand and it starts to cut into my fist.
oh, oh,
Uh,
oh! I love these metal images. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
none of these guys were huge damage dealers, but they did. They had
Oh.
decently high TNs, some of them, but they didn't really get to use that very much because bad things happen. Yeah. So he's done. And you're back up.
Oh, me?
Yep.
I'm gonna terrorize him.
Just to add insult to injury.
Yeah, no. So I get a 14 and to terrorize him.
Nice.
Stupid thug, you made me look bad. Hubba, 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 hubba.
So I'm gonna actually use one of my AP. I'm gonna use Intimidate to get him to concede. I'm gonna try to, anyways. Can I make an Intimidate check?
You mean to make him surrender?
Yeah.
I mean, just so you know, when you quote unquote kill someone in this, they're just going unconscious. They're not dead.
I know,
Okay.
but I mean, it.
Hmm.
Like, look at everything that just happened. I'm gonna give him a chance.
I don't know. Some of
Why?
these people need to be dead.
Yeah, target number 8.
I get a 9.
Yeah, he will. Well, what do you say to him first?
I'm gonna turn him and say, "You get one chance, or I'm gonna make you eat this sword."
Yeah, so he will drop the sword and the gun that's in his other hand, and he'll kind of like look around at all the unconscious bodies that are standing around you, or that you're standing near, and he'll just kind of put his hands up with a terrified look on his face. And with that, you can close the map, and everybody can discard as many cards as they like, and then draw until they have 3.
Yay.
That was significantly worse.
Right, so
Standing on the cart. Dexter Drake appears. Ta-da! One hand's
and-
doing like a jazz hands. The other one holding and shaking his shotgun.
at that point, actually, like Spicer does like kind of like look at him, smirk, and do a little kind of like extra like sincere like little small applause, like clap, like well done.
I'm gonna turn at him and take out from like my chest plate a small metal ball and flick it at him.
Okay.
Spicer, you
What?
did pretty good there.
You better. And I mean, can I help pull him up, or is it Is he still?
Charles, he can stand up if he'd like to. If you want to help him, go
Yeah.
for it.
I would love a helping hand to get up because
Yeah.
there's a dead
Yes.
man next to me and his pockets need to be checked.
Yes. Okay, I'll help you up.
All right,
Yeah.
thanks. I'm no
Dexter's good.
longer on the ground.
Dexter's gonna hop down and start going through Yelp's pockets to see what he was up to.
Okay. Charles, I assume you're searching Barnabas.
Yeah.
And what's Abe doing?
I'm going to tie up the prisoner,
Okay.
and I'm going to take the rifles and their ammunition and anything in their pockets of the riflemen.
What about Spicer?
Is there anybody nearby that hasn't been looted yet? Because I would also like to.
The thugs. Or I guess
Yeah, I'll check the thug.
the one unconscious thug. And
Yeah.
I guess if you want to pat down the thug that he just tied up, I guess that's also not.
Nah, I mean, like
Yeah.
it's fine if they're unconscious. It's like tasteful, but like not like a man who's.
Oh, is it
kneeling.
tasteful to loot the corpses of your enemies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, I thought you said they're unconscious.
Well, you know.
It's not tasteful because we're not ghouls. We're not eating them. Dice,
that-
come on. This isn't a resident.
Wait, Hale, hold on. Are these guys guild guys?
I don't know. Are they?
Are they wearing red coats?
I'm gonna ask the rifleman. Wait, no.
You can't
What?
ask the
I was
rifleman
told-
anything.
I was told the riflemen are guild guards, right?
Yeah.
Or guild. All right, I'm gonna just curb stomp them.
You were told they were affiliated with the guild.
Yeah, just curb stomp them.
You want to kill them?
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I mean, yeah, because they will remember who we like, what we look like. That makes sense.
I'm gonna make direct eye contact with the thug while I do it.
I think this is the first time I've had somebody actually perform a coup de grace and kill someone officially. But yeah,
I mean,
Well, I've not had to
assume
fight guild before.
I assume everybody I down with a gun is dead.
I mean it's buckshot. It just hurts real bad and doesn't necessarily kill them.
Assuming
Tell
that no one
that to
comes
all
over
the
and eats
zombies
them.
that explode when you use it.
All right, so let's do. So there's no check to do the coup de grace, so you could just kill the two riflemen. Let's have Dexter go first for your search of Mr. Yelp.
Let's go.
Give
What's this Jim Oak's inventory looking like?
me target number 10. Pickpocket.
What? Pickpocket?
Is that a thing?
I'm not trying to be sneaky. I'm just fucking looting this guy. He can know that I'm going through his pockets.
Yeah,
If he's alive,
it's
you know.
it's to determine how well you search it. What you find.
All right, what's the
So
TN?
it's hidden. What was that?
What's the TN I'm looking for?
10.
10. Okay. Pickpocket. I am.
Notice
Oh,
for this, but
I'm surprisingly good at that. 14.
all right.
Impressive.
And I also go for. Do I also flip for the one that I'm patting down? The one on the ground, the thug one, I guess.
It's thug too, but what about it?
Because
we'll get there in a moment.
fair. So
Yeah,
go
we're
on.
doing it one at a time.
Yeah.
So he's got his nice suit on. It's a little worse for the wear from all the
Yeah.
bullets, but
Mendable.
you find a Mauser 9, which is a pistol that he's carrying,
Okay.
along with 16 bullets for it.
I need to hold on. Mauser 9, 16 bullets. Okay.
And you find two. I'm sorry. So you find four sets of train tickets. One.
Is that how many people is that for?
4.
Okay. Yeah.
Assume it's for bodies. Well,
4 tickets. Got it.
But it's 4 sets, so each of them has 2 tickets.
Ah.
One is a ticket from Malifaux to Ridley, and one is from Ridley. It's called the Route 24, which goes out to a contract town. You also find a folded note that reads, "Take the 7:20 train north to Ridley, then board the 8 o'clock connector to contract town number 17." And I think that is everything. Yep, that's everything. And I'll say that you also notice that the skin on his chest and stomach, under the holes in the clothes, appears partially transparent.
Hmm.
Ew.
It looks a little weird,
Looks a little inhuman,
perhaps.
or just like rotty gross. Is there like a medical or a doctor check or something I can kind of get some more information about his grody
Sure.
skin?
Yeah, give me a target number 9, Doctor Check.
Doctor check. All right, let's do some basic intel. That's a 10. Okay.
Yeah, so you pull some of the clothes aside, and you can see there's some holes in his chest because of the aforementioned peppering. You can see that the skin looks. It doesn't necessarily look rotten. It just looks. You would lean more towards inhuman than decaying. You can also see that underneath the skin, where you would expect like organs and such to be, there's like a purple fungus looking thing.
What?
Huh.
That's something you don't see every day.
Splicer, would you mind taking notes on this?
He's been taking notes like ever since everything has settled down. Like trying to both like hold like kind of like pressure onto his wounds and like write at the same time.
Yeah.
With his own blood.
Yeah,
Yeah, probably, yeah.
When you're done with your own looting, I essentially call attention to it so you can like draw it or write down some things because
Yeah, I want to write down the train ticket, like the details.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll come back to
Abe's
that.
gonna.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So
Abe's gonna suggest.
Good.
Abe's gonna suggest if you point it out to the group that we should take them back to like. Abe's gonna recommend the Union to like they should be aware that they're being infiltrated by inhuman monsters. Take them back alive for vivisection.
So Charles searches Barnabas, and he comes up with nothing. The guy has nothing in his pockets, no weapons. He was fighting with this.
He's got nothing.
But you do see wherever he was injured, there is a black substance oozing out of the where you would expect to see blood, and it is caustic, as you found the hard way.
Do we all kind of know like I mean like having been in Malifaux for like a certain amount of time, do most people know about black blood, or is it still kind of a unknown to most?
There's lore that suggests that everybody knows about all the Nephilim, and it's like a common thing. And then there's lore that suggests that like they're still the boogeymen, and some people don't even believe they really exist. So I'm gonna say we take a check.
Okay.
Okay.
What would you like doctor or history or something else?
Let's get back to that because we're gonna go through all the what everybody else
yeah.
finds, and then we'll do that. Abe, you were searching the sharpshooters, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so each of them has a guard rifle, and there's a combined total of 24 shots.
Would have been less, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then that's it. They are
I'm
wearing
gonna take
dusters.
their hats.
Okay, sure.
I'm gonna take their hats to hand them in to my superiors.
Smart. Very good. I mean, do we want to ask the
And then Spicer searches the unconscious thug and finds a refurbished infantry sword.
Ooh.
And a Collier Army pistol with 18 bullets.
So these are desperate
and a script and a
mercenaries?
half.
Script and a half. Hang on.
Are any of these guys in dusters?
Yes, the thugs were wearing kind of ratty looking dusters, but the riflemen had decent looking ones on.
That's some light armor there for you boys.
I think I have a duster.
That's a good idea, but it's also guild, so like.
Are they red dusters?
No.
Oh.
But not
Seems
all.
like you're in
not
the
all guild personnel have to necessarily wear red.
So you just did like basic pistol and some bullets, right?
And a script and a half.
Yeah.
And a sword.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, then I'll take a I'll rip the sleeves off and take the duster.
Now it loses its armor.
Nice.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, it'd be my third piece of, or my second piece of light armor, so then I'd be able to be fully heavily armored
It's
now.
just protected chest, I think.
Yes, that is correct.
Uh,
It's the protected attribute for chest. Also, would you be able to send me the stats for that Mauser 9? I'm not finding it in the core book.
I'm gonna have to see if they have a separate entry in any of the other books. Otherwise, I'll just give you the stat line off of there.
Yeah, no worries. I'll check a couple of the other ones. It might be one of those weird ones, or maybe
Sometimes they
made
just
up.
aren't anywhere else, and you just have to kind of base it on their character sheet. It's 10-inch range, 1-2-3 damage track, and it doesn't even have a capacity, so we'll have to work something out.
Oh, it's bad.
It's not good.
It's so bad. I'm assuming its capacity is 9, but I don't care.
We got good capacity, but yeah, not really, not good.
How bad is it?
I was like, Mauser 9. That sounds cool. What's
Fancy,
this thing? It's like worse than a Derringer.
If it makes you feel any better, it's probably a semi-automatic action, which is interesting for the time period. But not
I mean, that is
good.
cool. I don't know. The late 1800s, they had a decent amount of semi-automatic stuff already.
Yeah, like a Luger existed in real life at this point. It
Yep.
was way nicer than that. So
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that's kind of what I thought it was. It was like, oh, this is the the Malifaux Luger. It's like, no.
No.
also, depending on when in the time period of the game we're playing, the 1911 would have existed, which would be way better than that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So, what else did we need to do? So,
We need to check this caravan out.
there was other things that people mentioned they wanted to do.
Oh,
and
fair
I think
enough.
We'll get right back to it after everybody.
Yeah, never mind.
Spicer was going. What was you? What
I
were
mean,
you?
he's going to he's watching. I mean, he's watching the still conscious thug, kind of like out of the corner of one eye, while he kind of like with his foot pokes at the curb stomped dead guards and kind of like purposely out loud thinks, okay, the guard possibly the MCU trying to feed Neverborn in the backwaters. That seems.
Are you just trying to discern this based on?
Yeah,
looking at
yeah.
this?
He's trying to figure it out, basically. Yeah, but he's trying to figure it out like in an menacing manner to make the remaining guy just freak out a little bit more, basically.
Do you want to actually question or try to intimidate him, or are you just thinking to yourself?
I mean, I think. Okay, I'll try deceive and say, if you can tell us a little bit more about this. You didn't see us and we didn't see you.
Okay, interesting.
Hmm.
Let's do target number 9 to see check.
Is
Yeah.
him that is a 16.
Okay. So he's gonna kind of give a side eye to Abe. What is Abe doing at this very moment after he just loots the rifle?
He's after he rips the sleeves off of the jacket and puts it on. He's gonna walk over to the unusual bodies that now that the fight's over, and he's gonna be talking to whoever's. I'm sorry. Who is it? Who's looking over the bodies?
Dexter's looking at the leader guy, and Charles is looking at Barnabas.
Barnabas, yeah.
I'm gonna just have a conversation with them about like potentially the logistics of bringing them into the Arcanists, because this guy's a card carrying member, which I will take his card, by the way. Now that I remember, I'm gonna take it out of his cold dead hand and suggest that we bring them over to one of the MNSU halls to have them start examining, because these guys were infiltrating and flashing actual guild stuff, at least best I can tell.
Well, taking the card is more than enough than the body, but Dexter'd grab one of the lost cavalry sabers and Barnabas, this other guy was leaking black blood, right?
Yeah, but let's get back to that because I was
Oh.
still on Spicer. I just wanted to know if Abe was
Yep.
also going to try to interrogate
Yeah.
the dog or not.
Yeah, still hoping to get him to say anything.
Yeah, so you kind of stand over him menacingly, even though you are full of bullet holes and bleeding and
Bleeding.
not in great shape, but that kind of adds
Nope.
to the effect. He watches Abe walk away and then he looks back at you. Listen, I'll tell you everything. I'll tell you everything you want to know. They were. I saw them a couple times. They were. I even saw them eat some people. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I don't really know what they are or what they're doing, but I know that they take people out here and they put some things inside of them. I think they might be Neverborn, and then they send them on a train somewhere up north. I don't know where. Somewhere up in the hills, and then that's we never hear from them again. But that's all I know. Honest. I just escort him, walk around, and make sure that nobody gives him any trouble.
Can I just sort of, I guess, nod at one of the other members of the party and just say, just have your fun with him, and kind of like turn my back and walk away.
As you walk away, no, but you said you'd let me go if I said I won't tell anyone. I promise.
Not even paying attention. Kind of like more interested in the wagon now. So yeah.
I guess my curiosity will be piqued, and I'm going to go look at the other thugs' unconscious form and see if they are also inhuman.
Okay. Are you checking anything in particular about them? Like
open up their shirt, check there to see if they're clear or black blood. Well, they're not black blooded.
One of them
they
was.
bleed red.
no, I'll say you open the thug's shirt and he does not have a strange see-through chest and is not doesn't appear to be black-blooded.
Go over to the live thug and grab him by the mouth and just hold him real close and kind of examine his eyes and make him sweat a little.
That poor guy.
He has been sufficiently terrified. There will be no more intimidate checks. He will just do whatever the fuck he wants. So
fair enough.
He is just more. Yeah, there's no. He has no more.
Are you human?
Yes, It's like I told him. I only did what they told me because I was afraid if I spoke up, they would eat me too.
Why didn't they put a thing inside of you?
I don't know. I guess they needed me for something else. I don't know why they do anything that they do.
Well, tell you what, you're gonna go for a ride with us, and we're gonna go talk to my superiors, and you're gonna tell your little story. And then I'll let them decide what to do with you, you traitor to the humankind.
You sure you don't work for the guild?
Gestures to the dead guild guards at his feet. Nah.
Are these guys actually guild guards? I thought they were bandits.
Who?
The thugs and riflemen and such.
Based on the check that
they were
earlier.
Guilds.
The riflemen specifically were affiliated with the guild.
Oh, affiliated is a loose term.
Vague, yeah.
That's what Spicer was able to discern. That doesn't necessarily.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're closely affiliated. They have guild rifles, and they look like guild riflemen. Not my first time kicking the crap out of these guys. So I'm just going to assume that
the thug is going to respond. He's still obviously very shaken, but he's going to look up at you. Look, I'll even come with you if you're going to go stop him, and I'll try to help. I need to make it up for all the horrible things that I've been part of.
That's a start.
Get a smile on my face.
Like your bloodied face, just like. I think everything we do from this point forward will just traumatize this man further.
I think to punctuate the point, Dexter finishes by raising that saber that he finds, and then lops into the neck of Barnabas until the head comes free.
Okay.
He's bleeding black blood, right?
Yeah.
So black blood's noticeable, and I don't feel like carrying a whole body back to get a bounty for this thing.
Okay, but you're gonna take a point of damage from getting the black blood on you.
That's all right.
It adds up.
Show off.
Oh no, I'm not at full health anymore.
But
Listen, I don't know exactly where they were going, but if you're gonna go try to stop them, I'll help. Just don't. And he looks back at all of his at the other thug.
Yeah.
Just let me live.
no, you're too useful to die. So he's like,
We need a witness.
He's still not looking at him. He's just kind of preoccupied now.
We need a witness. We need both witnesses to tell their story. Let's load them, everyone up in the cart. The weird clear body, the severed head, and let's just go for a ride. We can
Alright.
cash in. I know a guy might buy the donkey.
Oh.
Hmm.
Speaking of, what's under this tarp?
Hey, you're gonna go look under the tarp?
I was
Oh,
trying
look
to
at the tarp.
Sweet.
have a look at the tarp.
Splicer, let's go look under this tarp.
I believe it's Spicer, not Splicer.
I mean, both work, but it's fine. He never complains when people like misuse his name.
You peek beneath the stained sheet covering the back of the wagon. The dark splotches almost look like bloodstains now that you're closer, only to find a half dozen slitted eyes peering back at you. Each pair belongs to a twisted creature that resembles something between a cat and a lump of purple cottage cheese, but with faces that look almost human. They make faint mewling sounds as they slowly crawl towards you on their underdeveloped limbs and tentacles.
Mm.
I
think
fire
at that
a
point,
shotgun round into them. I got
I-
one left.
Spicer will attempt to like badly doodle them, like to
Hey.
give a reference.
Yeah.
He's not an artist. He's just scribble out what he's seeing.
Oh.
So
How big are they?
Maybe like 9 inches to a foot long each.
I think they all fit into
Well, I'm gonna-
a blast.
Why don't we put one of them in the in a bag, the tool bag?
alive? Does it zip
Yeah,
up?
why
Does it
not?
zip-
I believe Dexter
how well
immediately
does it
pulled his
zip up?
shotgun and fired, so you're gonna see if you can find one that's still alive. But
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
There
he
might be
sees
one.
some fucking eldritch horror and he's like, "Mm-mm, that's not living."
yeah, so I'll say you shoot your shotgun and you hear some like squealing sounds as like just a mush of pink goo flies up from the platform they're all on, and they all stop moving.
Aw. Yeah.
we,
We'll load the bodies anyways.
we could still collect the weird bodies, so
Okay, so I'll say you round up all the bodies. What are you doing with the guy that's still awake?
You
I
can help us
take
load the
them, yeah.
bodies.
Well,
Well, you tied him up. Are you gonna let him his hands free?
He can drag with his hands tied.
He will.
I'm gonna
he
tell
will-
him if he wants
He will.
if he wants his buddy, if you want your buddy alive, you're gonna load him into the cart.
Yeah, he will eagerly struggle to help. He doesn't make a ton of progress, but he puts it in as much effort as he possibly can with his hands tied.
Any of you guys know how to actually handle the animal?
so I actually have
Oh.
one. Well, I have 1 point in husbandry. I can try.
I actually also have husbandry.
let's go. Dexter's
Do we
gonna
wanna-
reload his gun at this point now that he's at dry.
I have a rank 2 husbandry.
Oh, you better go for it. Yeah, no, you
No,
do.
but my AV for it is only still 1, so
Oh, so dude, there's no help action in this game, right? Like in
There's. Yeah, you can assist someone to do something, and but you only provide your ranks in the skill. You don't add your.
So
Oh,
it's a plus,
sure, okay.
It's a +1, so that's still cool.
okay. I will give my rank 2 over to help.
okay,
So
so
you have rank 2 in husbandry, not AV2.
okay.
No, I have surprisingly AV1, but for some reason rank 2.
Okay, sweet.
You might have a penalty to it, so
I do. I have a -1 penalty when the rank is 0.
So okay, well
Target
that's
number 9, so you nailed it.
You know a bit
Nice.
about it. You just spook horses.
No, just after all like the intimidation and kind of like threatening to have somebody be killed, just petting the donkey and like being
Okay,
it's
so
not
I
your
will say
fault, buddy.
you.
Like yeah.
Yeah, so you load up all of the bodies, and you go over and seem to have a way with the animal, and it is also fairly calm and well trained, seemingly. So it obeys your commands, and you guys are able to head back towards the opening in the quarantine zone wall to get back to the slums. As you're going, the thug is going to speak up again. So did you want to go try to stop them, or are you just going to drop me off somewhere? And he kind of like winces, waiting for the response.
Like I said, I'm going to take you to the Union Hall, and you're going to tell your story. And we're going to show them those bodies in the back of the cart. And then we're going to see what they want us to do.
Well, I don't think we need much more than a story for the Union Hall, but the rest of these would pay pretty well out of the guild's pocket, which, taking their money away from them, seems like a good use of our time. Less money the guild has, well, the better off we are, I think.
The thug is going to kind of look at both of you and then say, you sure the guild isn't going to just think we were in on it and arrest us and hang us?
Who, you or us?
Yeah, all of us. If you try to turn these monstrosities into the guild, they're like,
Why would
say we
we
leave.
turn in? Why would we turn in our allies that are monsters into the guild when we had a perfectly good operation going? If we were monsters,
I don't know, but
I
I've
think
heard
we
of
should
crazier
leave the
things.
guild out of this.
Wise idea. For all the money it will make. He will keep an eye out. Does he see the woman anywhere? The from earlier. Probably not, but
well, they have standing bounties for things from rats to changelings to Nephilim, and this man has black blood coming from him. He gestures, holding the head up. So I have no reason not to believe that they'd be happy to have another one gone and to encourage us to do it again. That's just good business.
Sounds like drinking money to me.
I don't want to go cross paths with the guild. Me and they don't get along so well. So how about this? I take the thug with me, and you take the bodies, and we meet in the middle back at Eclipse.
Sounds good to me.
I'm gonna load the. I'm gonna take the two thugs with me. Have one carry the other one, and I'm gonna take the rifles that I looted and the hats and go turn them in at the hall.
So right before you take off, the thug's going to speak up one more time. So are you just going to let them continue doing whatever it is they're doing?
Oh no, I'm sure that we're gonna do something about it. I might just want to go bring some extra muscle just in case.
Okay, so what did you take to go to the Union?
I'm taking the two thugs, and the two and my rifles and the two hats.
Okay.
I assume that there might be a reward for my superiors for this information, these people, and the. I'm just gonna sell the rifles and the bullets on the side.
Okay.
I mean,
What's everybody else doing?
I'll probably also in the future once we leave, I do want to sell the sword and the
Yeah, whatever's in your inventory,
probably.
don't worry about that. We don't need to roleplay that.
But is probably not. But can I on the way out spot the woman anywhere in the town that who we spoke to way early?
Yeah.
Probably
So as you're you guys are all getting ready to leave, you see her come kind of cautiously walking down the street in the direction that she went earlier.
Oh.
And she's gonna approach the group. Were you able to find my husband or figure out what happened to him?
Again, going for deception, Spicer kind of like briefly jumps off the wagon and goes towards her. Like I mean, still bleeding, like he's not holding up well, but he says, because like she doesn't want to see what actually probably happened, and just says it was that your husband was a work accident. There was some nasty business, but he didn't go down that way.
And what happened to him? Did you find him?
We found records, but nothing substantial. I'm so sorry.
Well, you can't give up. I already paid. I hired you guys to find him. You must have a lead or some sort of something.
I think at that point he just like looks back at the thug and thinks, actually, that's true. We do. If you can afford us some more time to recuperate, we can continue.
Okay, great. I hope you can find something.
Charles like is tumbling off the wagon. He's like, I would love to find a doctor.
Then it's settled then. We'll go deal with this little infestation after we reconnoiter a little bit. Get some
Are you
supplies.
saying that out
and
loud
maybe some
so she
cans.
can hear it?
Hmm?
Let's hope he doesn't say that like out loud where she can hear it.
Oh, I don't care. I don't even know who this woman is because I wasn't there.
Oh, right, you weren't. That's true.
So I just
she's the person that hired you. Just for...
I never
thought she was
actually
a
met
random
her.
like urchin or something.
no, this is the woman
Whose
who-
husband was also taken.
No. This is the woman that you met earlier who is the person that hired you.
I will show her one of those like train tickets and ask her whether either of those towns mean anything to her.
I mean, certainly everybody's heard of Ridley, but I don't know that contract town from any other contract town. Why? Is that where he went?
Apparently.
No.
But like I said, we'll keep looking.
Man, we'll take care of it.
Okay. Well, I hope you can. I hope you can find him.
We hope we can find him alive, but we don't want to give you any false hope, ma'am.
She's gonna kind of like look down at her feet with a sullen look. Well, I don't exactly expect him to be alive. At this point, I just want some closure to know what happened to him. But if you find him alive, that would be amazing.
Yeah. It seems he may have been shipped off and may not be in the condition. He searches for the words. He may not be the same person if we do find him. And we'll leave it at that.
The human condition.
Dun, dun, dun.
And I think Spicer's just kind of like thinking, I was trying to dance around the topic, and these people just told her anyway.
Yeah.
Oh, he might be like undead or like a
He's
monster.
probably dead. Maybe a
he's-
monster.
So
We're
Adam-
hoping for dead.
So out of character, he's been missing for like over 2 weeks at this point. She's pretty much
She's
already like,
consigned.
yeah, he's probably dead, but she wants to know what happened. She wants to know for sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's Malifaux. Bad things happen.
100,
Yeah.
exactly. If somebody goes
Well, I
missing
mean-
for 2 weeks in Malifaux, you don't expect them to be alive.
To be
No.
fair to the team, I'm pretty sure we all assume anyone picked up by that crew is dead.
Yeah, no, they're
Yeah.
yeah.
But
They
that
had
was your
them over for dinner.
exactly. All right. So, what's everybody else doing?
Finding a doctor.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if we can pick up any bounties for Neverborns off this black blood head or these deformed bodies in the back.
Are you taking them directly to the guild?
Yeah. There's gonna be some kind of bounty office or something.
Are you also taking the rifleman?
No.
Nah.
Okay.
They were victims of a zombie attack. It's, the quarantine zone. What do you expect?
Eh.
Their bodies won't be there very long.
Okay. So, what's Spicer doing while they're off doing their various tasks?
Writing and kind of like not. I mean, he keeps track of all the information on the notepad, and makes a short note, kind of saying matters still under investigation, and he like folds like the ticket into the note and slips it into a mailbox that you will know as Fate Master who that goes to, but he doesn't say anything to anybody.
is anyone intending to go take the train up to the contract town after the thing that they're doing, or is everyone just giving up on
Yeah.
the finding?
Oh, I intend to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like we have someone we have to go find. We have to go crack some heads, and I'd like to have a few more bodies if we're going to go clean out an Everborn infestation.
To be fair, it doesn't seem to be time sensitive if we have to travel a couple of days across Malifaux to get there.
Oh no, I know. I'm just
Yeah.
True,
you know,
yeah.
we're planning to you know, meet right back up, or
I'm down.
Okay, me too.
I just need a little bit of life.
yeah, no. Well, I mean, even just the train ride would be long enough for you to do
Get a
doctor
life.
checks to heal. So I'll say that you go get patched up.
Oh, I'm so patched. Can I have a little face scar from where the acid hit me, though?
Of course, yeah. You can add it to your growing collection of scars.
Wait a minute. But Dice, does he need a check for black blood sickness?
No.
Oh.
He's down with the sickness.
I know there's a mechanic for that somewhere, but I'm not gonna go look it up. So no.
Don't worry, I know where it's at.
Nice.
Of course you do.
So Abraham goes and brings everybody back to a union person that he is familiar with in the general vicinity.
Yeah.
Charles goes.
Union Hall 112.
Spicer delivers his letter.
Yep.
Dexter goes to see if he can sell some bodies because that's not morbid at all. And then
Welcome to Malifaux.
yeah,
Yep.
100%. And
He's a reser.
Selling them? Come on, to the guild? Come
Everyone-
on.
Come on.
I might as well get a get out of being called Reser once free card. They'll probably tear
That's
that
exactly
up,
what they
though.
said about. That's exactly what they said about Big Morning. Look where he is.
Yeah, right now, probably still working for the guild.
Yeah.
I honestly think if you brought a Neverborn body into their office, there's an equal chance they would just arrest you and assume you're working with them. But we'll deal with that off on.
What?
Uh,
Come on. That's your bias.
I feel like that's happened in a story before. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but I'm almost positive that that's the thing that's actually happened. But
I don't think so. But there is an open bounty for Neverborn shenanigans, so uncovering a Neverborn plot like this would be worth something. At the
Yeah.
very least, we have one black-blooded
yeah,
thing.
you
It's worth
Yeah, literally since the guild is open, they're like, yeah, you just make money for killing Neverborn. Like there's an entire family of people who do this, who aren't technically guild people. They just work for them a lot.
I feel like you have too much faith in the guild. Also, there were guild people with them, but whatever. That's beside the point.
They don't need to know
Yeah.
that.
What? Guild people? What?
But
Guild people
depending
working
on-
with Neverborn?
But
Come
depending on
on.
who you turn them into, they might know who those people are.
That's not my problem.
No, but then they're going to be like,
I'm gonna
oh,
turn invisible
you're-
as soon as I leave.
they're going to be like, oh, you're also a Neverborn. Arrest this man, and then that's
Yeah,
that.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay, here's a good example. Lucius once watched a guild person who he knew was a loyal guild person walk out of a break room with a head in his hand and was like,
That's nice.
"She's a treasure, kill her," and then they killed her.
Well, don't
Yeah,
turn it
that's
into
a-
Lucius.
Yeah,
I'm
we
just
don't
saying
talk
there's
to
precedent
Lucius.
for this. It's not. I didn't just make it up.
Yeah, the Neverborn guy. Listen, I could just turn invisible. We're gonna leave.
All right, so eventually you all meet back up and you get on the train. The train ride from Malifaux City to Ridley goes by quickly, and it's night before you arrive at the large boomtown. There's only a short wait until the smaller train and its single passenger car arrives to take you the rest of the way to Contract Town 17. Other than yourselves and the grizzled old engineer, there's nobody else on the train. When the train finally pulls into Contract Town 17, it's immediately clear that something weird is going on. The small town consists of little more than the Union Hall and a few dozen tents splayed out around it, but everything is bathed in an unnatural green light that emanates from the mine entrance in the large hill overlooking the town. You're barely off the train before it lurches into motion once again. The engineer leans out the window and points towards the hill. "Just head on up to the mine," he cackles, his voice barely audible over the clack-clack of the accelerating engine. "Once we get that thing out of the ground, those damn humans are out of the picture for good." He laughs again as the engine picks up steam, carrying it and the old man off into the night.
Well, at least he wasn't mincing any words about what's going on.
Okay. Interesting.
Like, not even being like, kind of like, oh, be careful. It's like, nope, nah, you're screwed. You're all screwed.
suck
like
at
something out of a video game.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah, the dude leaves in a cutscene.
So to clarify, he wasn't taunting you. He thinks you're with them.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's even
He
better.
thinks
Okay,
you're one of the
interesting.
possessed
Hmm.
people or whatever.
Oh, he's direct. He's.
He was
he's
like,
in.
"Oh yeah, go
Oh.
join up with the rest of them. Pretty soon we'll be done." You know.
Yeah, oh, that's.
Oh.
I thought he was
Mm.
just
Because
kind of
why
being
would
like,
we
kind of
be
like sucks to
going
you.
unless
Yeah.
we knew?
It's all part of their plan.
Nice.
I love how, like, as players, we're so on the ball. Like, we need you
Yeah.
to explain it.
Perfect.
To be fair, I read
Perfect
it.
infiltration.
Yeah, to be fair, the first time I read it, I also thought that, and then was like, "Oh, wait a minute, why would he even think that?" And then I reread it. I was like, "Oh, that's not what he meant."
No.
I mean, I got it. That was fine, but it was a little. It's something straight out of like a video game.
Yeah. Well, still, but I like it anyway. It's just.
The flintlock elephant gun, huh?
So there's two main areas of interest here. It's a very small contract town. They're kind of like little Wild West towns in the middle of nowhere. The biggest building is the Union Hall, and up in the distance you see that hill that has the mine entrance. Those are the two only things that really stand out in particular. Other than that, it almost looks like a shanty town.
Do we see, like, anybody walking about?
Yeah, is there any like cart people? Is there any other open businesses, anything like that, or is it pretty just destitute?
You don't see a single person.
Fantastic.
Everyone's at the mine digging out a monster.
Hmm.
It always comes back to the mine.
No matter
For
what, I
some
can't
reason-
escape.
For some reason, Dexter is still loading his shotgun, even though he reloaded it a day or two earlier.
One round per.
Feels like
One
home.
round at a time, and then after he gets finished, he unloads it and does it again.
I mean, it is tactile and satisfying in a weird way, so I get it.
And you also have to clean it, and you have to take the bullets out to clean it, or the shells out to
Yeah.
clean it.
At this point, I am carrying the pistol like just in my hand because I figure that nobody's really going to.
It's a green glowing
And-
town. I'm gonna just give you all the benefit of the doubt and assume you're all armed to as much as
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, we at this point, I think we know the drill. We're ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like, does
Yeah,
anybody
well-
want this Mauser? Does anybody want this spare pistol?
We
can
had a
assume that we
chance to-
sold them, right?
Hmm?
I mean, you can still. I mean, you can still have the pistol. I guess that makes sense. Yeah. I'll take. The
Well, we
pistol.
had a chance to restock before this, so like I'll have some more equipment and things like that. I'm looking at it right now, but
Yeah,
yeah, I'm armed to the teeth.
We're not shopping midsection, so we're gonna
No,
plan. We'll do that offline.
Yeah, take
Yeah.
this 10-inch 1-2-3 damage pistol with 16 rounds. And one assumes a 9-round magazine because that thing's butts.
You'll probably get like
gotta-
I don't know.
I got
And
the thug's pistol section. I'm good for pistols.
Oh.
So-
Dexter almost looks a little disappointed and tucks it back into his
Well, you
jacket.
can have it. Like,
How dare you insult my awesome, amazing pistol that I found? It's my
He's gonna like perpetually try to give it away. People are like, "What is that?" No.
It's the most OP pistol ever. It's amazing. All right, so what's everybody doing when we get into this town?
I've seen changelings slap harder.
wow.
We should
those are
go
children.
check out the mine. Oh, let's ask the invisible guy. Hey, you, Mr. Magic Man, why don't you go take a look at the mine for us?
Oh, I mean,
That's a good
okay.
point.
Holds up 3 cards from like pulls out 3 cards, looks at them. Yeah, I could do that. Puts them away.
So as you start heading towards the mine, you have to walk past the Union Hall, the big building,
Oh.
and you notice that the door is actually ajar slightly.
Damn, they're turning all these wooden doors into glass jars. It's fucked. Actually, before I start into town, he is just gonna go invisible. And because why not be the best at stealth ever? I'm gonna wait for you to tell me that's okay for me to do.
Oh yeah, no, go ahead.
Cool. Oh no, I didn't get it. What if I cheat in this 9 of Masks and go invisible for an obscene amount of time?
Amazing. I love the spell so much.
And to clarify, it's not okay in any way, shape, or form, but there's nothing I can do about it. So.
I can't stop you. So,
Although the NPCs are gonna start having invisibility goggles that see through your visibility because reason.
you know.
Just to be fair. To be fair.
So everywhere you will fight now will have at least 3 inches of water on the floor and possibly a low-hanging fog.
Or just snow, or like kind of like the fleck flower on the ground.
Yeah,
Goggles, whatever we got to do, it's gonna happen.
People keep hearing about this invisible assassin spy, and they're like, "All right, carry a bag of flour in your left pocket and chuck that whenever you think you got an invisible man around."
You just see Nephilim running around with bags of flour.
Yeah, just they throw 2 bags and then they just jump at the clouds with their claws, hoping to find someone.
Amazing.
Oh man. Desperate times call for desperate measures.
And those measures are flour.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
So there's an invisible man walking around, scouting about. Is anybody in the guild hall with its door ajar? Can I see anybody in there?
It's a Union Hall. Do you want to go check it?
Union Hall. I'd prefer to look in at Union Hall, anyways. Yeah, I'll go look inside real quick.
Okay. The Union Hall is a long single-story building built from adobe. The door is wooden, and when you creak it open, you're assaulted by the stench of rotting meat. In the green light that spills out from the mine, you can make out a severed hand laying just inside the door.
Oh, great.
Okay.
That makes me very mad.
Yeah.
I'm very, very angry.
I'm not happy about this either.
Did we redraw from our fate decks?
Just at the end of the combat, you should have drawn up to 3.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna head towards that mine, I guess. Unless there's a sheriff's or a weapons store nearby. Just,
I don't think you're fully appreciating the shantiness of the shanty town.
Oh, I'm not. On a level of 1 to shanty, where are we at?
So if 1 is a complete shanty town and 10 is a metropolis, this is a 1.5.
Oh, okay.
Very ramshackle.
Literally a shanty town, except for this one building that you're looking at right
Well, you know what? My brain just turned on, and I think I'm actually going to search the Union Hall, hopefully for dynamite.
Okay, so as you look in the door, the light creeps in from the mine area, so you can see the hand, but otherwise it's pitch black in there.
Pick up and toss the hand inside.
The hand's already inside.
Yeah, but like further inside.
Okay.
See if something comes and goes get a hand. You know.
You just hear a squish as it hits the ground.
Okay. All right. Is there any light? Is there any lanterns? Anything in this place?
You want to look around for a lantern?
I do.
Give me target number 9 notice check.
All right. Yeah, that's flip that. Yeah. I'll cheat in a 7 of rams to make that I think that's a flat 9.
Okay, so you look around in some of the nearby buildings, if you can call them buildings, and after a couple of minutes, you manage to find an oil lantern.
Sick. And inside the Union Hall, is there any thing usable?
Is everyone else following along with him, or is anyone else going off?
I'm following along, yeah.
There's just a floating
Absolutely
lantern.
going to go into the guild hall.
That's a Union Hall.
Yeah, I'm going to go into the Union Hall, ready for a scrap.
You want it to be a guild hall, but it's way better if it's a Union Hall.
Yeah, it's still better.
The light of the lantern reveals a slaughterhouse inside the Union Hall. Dozens of bodies are strewn all across the wide room, and blood is splashed liberally across the walls, floor, and even ceiling. Most of the bodies appear to have been torn into pieces. Something even seems to have been feeding on the dead, as a few of the closest bodies bear the unmistakable indentation marks of teeth. The stench of blood and rot is almost overpowering.
This is why we wanted it to be a guild hall.
So they can get dirty. Nice.
I'm gonna drop to the ground, like defeated, with like on my knees, just like why?
I need everyone to take a target number 9 centering check.
Oh, I
Oh,
was gonna
no.
ask. I was gonna ask if this is how most of the guild halls are.
Our union halls.
Hopefully not.
Merchant, target number 9 centering.
Yeah, I'm looking for my centering stat. Uh-oh. SpaghettiOs.
That
Oh
is
no.
15 for me.
Okay.
I am
Alright.
fine.
Please don't flip until I ask you to.
Oh no, that was
Sorry.
my 11. I would have passed. Now I failed. You've cursed me. That's a
Okay,
six.
but I mean, no. But the thing is, like, if he was going to go first,
Wait,
you
what's
can
the
have the
difficulty on
11.
this?
No,
Sorry,
it
what's
doesn't
the-
matter. Keep flipping. It's
It doesn't
not
matter.
consequential.
Yeah, I have a 6.
Turtle. You have a -1 for centering. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
So would I have a negative to this because of my emotional connection to this?
That sounds fair. Well, I mean, it's not necessarily clear to you that these are union members. They're just bodies. But you might make that
I mean-
assumption. So fair. Yeah, let's do a negative because it's fun.
So centering is a 4.
Nice. And Brum.
I'm 0 to that, so 6.
Okay. So everyone, I guess everybody failed except Spicer, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So the 3 of you immediately lean over and just start heaving and vomiting on the floor
Nice.
from the stench.
Spicer seems unimpressed, but
Spicer just chilling, like, what? It's just it's just Tuesday.
interesting. No, it's just like a. I mean, I think he's kind of. I expected not quite this, but I expected something along these lines.
All right. So once everybody sort of collects themselves, you.
Oh, did we bring? We didn't bring the thug along, did we? He's just kind of got left with the
We assume you
MCU, right?
didn't. Let's just say no.
Yeah.
He talked his way out of it.
I'll say when he was brought to the union, they kept him for questioning.
He's the mysterious stranger now. He got away, but he forever watches over you with 1 damage occasional pings.
So Spicer, why don't you give me a target number 9 notice check? Let's see what you're doing while they're trying to gather themselves.
No, I'm cheating in a 6. Oh, hang on. Flip. And plus 5, so that's 11.
All right. So you find in the kind of viscera that's all over the floor, you happen to notice a book. And when you open it, you find that it seems to be some sort of logbook from what seems like an employee of the mine.
And by employee, we mean like the poor schmucks they brought up here to be. Yeah.
No, it seems like this might be somebody who was working in the mine prior to
Okay.
this, what was
Mhm.
happening. It's got some blood on it, but you're able to make out some of the language. And on one of the pages, it's mostly like administrative stuff and like logistics for the mine. But
Yeah.
on the last pages, it refers to. It has the words "some sort of devil" and the buried obelisk, and it talks about how he has to free it from its prison.
Uh-huh.
Bounce Guamo.
I do kind of just wordlessly like hand the book like behind me for somebody to take it to look at it.
Wipes face with book.
Sorry, let me clarify
Don't
that.
do that.
There's
Don't
more.
do that.
Let me clarify some of that. So the one of the pages mentions that some sort of devil seems to have gotten into one of the other mine workers, and that man McConnelly keeps talking about the buried obelisk and how he needs to free it from its prison.
Mm.
And then it mentions that he is considering using the explosives to bring the whole damn cave down. And that's the end of the.
Oh.
So about those explosives.
And as everybody else comes to, you notice at the back of the area in the lantern light, there is a door that says explosives. No open flames near this door. In
Let's
very
go.
Oh,
bold,
that just leads
large-
directly to explosives. Oh, that's just there right there.
Please don't be too hasty. I don't know if any of you have ever worked with explosives before, but I've lost some good men this way, so just be careful.
You see a floating lantern just start bobbing towards the explosives room.
You put it down now. I'm gonna turn on my headlamp.
Oh, true. Yeah. Okay.
And,
yeah.
Hey, nice.
I'm gonna take my headlamp and actually go check out the explosives room with my fist ready
Dexter
for
was
anything.
searching for a lantern outside for like 5 minutes, but he was invisible, so you didn't know. And
Yeah.
and you were like,
you guys
I have
all
a
thought I was
flashlight.
scouting out the thing, and then you just see a lantern bob from one side of the street to the other. I'm invisible. I can't see in the dark.
All right, so you go to try the door to the explosives room, and it's locked.
I'm gonna use a crowbar.
Hang on, I've got lock picking.
Oh,
Magic
I
Man,
can try.
unlock this door. I'm invisible, not a locksmith.
So I'm gonna say
So-
that you lift your crowbar as if you're ready to pry the door down. When Spicer chimes in, and is like, I can lockpick.
I mean, I can attempt it at least. So it's So one rules question, like the toolkit that you sometimes get as like a starting equipment. I got like one for lockpicking. Does it
it's
just
not-
add one to?
No, it's a positive to the skill
Oh, fair enough.
that it's stated to work for. It's also not required to do lockpicking.
No, but it helps do the lockpicking.
A lot.
So yeah, it's a positive flip basically, is it?
Uh-huh.
Target number 10.
Okay. Yeah, that's 13.
Okay, so you are able to pick the lock without
Mhm.
much trouble. And inside you see 8 crates of dynamite with spools of fuses.
And at that point, Spicer just steps away, hands up, like it says, and that's where my expertise ends because he's never touched this before in his life.
Locksmith with explosives.
Yep.
I have touched
Oh.
explosives, and I'm willing to carry a crate.
I'll carry a crate, but I ain't no good at placing it. My hands are good for breaking stuff, not steady.
Well, I'll go on ahead and make sure that nothing steps on us while we're trying to set these up.
Please put the lantern down when you do, because otherwise people will see you.
How will
By
I
the
see
lantern.
them?
The mine is glowing in the dark.
The mine is in fact glowing.
He looks back out at the glowing mine. I'd rather have the lantern. No. All right.
What's the plan here?
I mean, we should send the Invisible Man down first just to check what's actually going on in there, and then maybe kind of like put the explosives up at the mine entrance just to shut them in if there's creatures in there. I don't know.
Start carrying the boxes of munitions or the explosives down closer, so it won't be as much. But wait for the Invisible Man to come tell us what's what.
I'm just holding that crate. I'm ready.
I will also hold a crate.
So you're run that by me again. You're taking the crates with you and going outside, or are you just waiting here with the crates?
I think they're
What-
taking the crates to the mine entrance, and I'm gonna sneak ahead into the
Yeah.
mine to see what's going on.
He's going to do a recon mission.
Okay, so I'll
Yeah.
say
Well, I figured.
Good.
I figured that we just take it out into the actual guild hall, set them there for now because we don't know how many bad guys are between us and there, like But just start getting them ready.
You can
to
see
move.
up to the entrance of the mine, and it didn't appear there was anybody outside.
Oh, then yeah, let's do that.
Not super far away.
That works.
You know, in hindsight,
I thought it was
probably-
like.
Oh, go ahead.
I thought it was like a lot farther away.
I was gonna say, in hindsight, I probably should have trained flexible and got some garrots to just strangle people while invisible.
You could have been a pretty dope assassin, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, who needs
I mean,
to be like any of the actual stealth guy classes? That's crazy.
you can probably still, I guess, like train flexible later and kind of just get it out there. It's one script. Like it's really cheap.
Yeah,
I
they're
have
cheap.
one.
Oh, they're totally cheap. Yeah.
Strong.
I mean, it's just piano wire. It's not even illegal.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's just piano wire. No big
It's
deal.
piano wire.
All right. So you guys lug the crates towards the entrance of the mine, and when you get there, you can see inside. There's still the green light kind of glowing and illuminating everything. And I guess Dexter will go ahead. Is that still the plan?
Yeah.
Invisible decks.
Okay. So you start walking into the mine, and as you get 20 or 30 feet inside, you notice that at the end, the shaft ends not too far ahead of you, and you see what looks like an elevator platform to go down, because you're still like above ground technically. You're in the side of the hill. You also notice that there is a residual kind of dust floating in the air, and as you're walking, you can actually see the particles deflecting off of your body.
You're just making this up right now.
I understand not.
Yeah. I would like to ask, because I seem to be within. There's a glow here. I have the identify magic talent, so I'm automatically aware of active current magical effects within 2 yards of me, and I can identify what it is and the effects of what it's doing. So, is this magical glow just cool strobe lights, or what's going on? Or am I not actually near it? That's just light coming from magic.
Yeah, that's exactly it. There is a glow, but it's not close enough to you to know what it is.
Sick.
It also doesn't appear to be coming from a particular direction. Now that you're in here, you're looking around, and it just kind of appears to be everywhere.
Yeah, it seemed kind of weird now that I'm in like an elevator.
Yeah.
Anyways, I guess I can take an elevator down.
I think we would all probably want to be on the elevator.
Yeah.
All right, we all want to be on the elevator. That's fine.
Are
With
we
the
bringing the dynamite?
No, we should probably leave the dynamite upstairs.
Should we?
Well, here that's
We
actually
need to
not a
collapse
bad
this
idea.
mine, probably, right?
Yeah, but like if we leave the dynamite upstairs, it guarantees that if one of us makes it up the elevator, they can light the dynamite and then run away, at least collapsing the elevator.
How many crates of dynamite were there?
8.
Enough, probably.
We can leave one up here.
Okay.
And then we'll take the rest to make sure this place is closed. So that the obelisk does not become free. Dexter's like pontificating and like doing wild hand gestures, but no one can see it.
They can see a faint outline of you if you're still standing in the cave.
In the
in the dazzling lights.
Yeah, the magical smoke screen that's being tossed in here.
Actually, I mean, just in case, I think if I have some kind of like pocket like handkerchief, I'm just gonna hold it. Spicer will hold it to his face to not breathe that stuff in. It just if it's like some kind of like pollen, I don't know. Seems sketchy. Like the particles, right? Like in case it's something that you shouldn't inhale. Like do we want to? Yeah.
What'd you say? What the word was? Some kind of what?
Like some kind of like pollen or like kind of like some kind of
pollen.
Pollen, sorry. Word, yeah.
I thought you said it was like your word is some kind of porn you're breathing in. I was like,
oh, that's how that works.
I was just like, what? What kind of mine are we at?
Oh, you don't want it.
Is this what you burly men do all day underground?
I accidentally said Poland instead of Poland, which
well, we don't want to breathe in Poland. Come on.
That's a bit much. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the elevator has a lever. Now I can't speak. The elevator has a lever in it to control the direction that it goes, as well as a panel at the top to call it down, to call it up from if it's at the bottom, but it is currently at the top. So is everybody getting on the elevator?
Yep.
Yeah, that's what we did.
Whoa, Turtle, you just got super robot-y. I don't know what.
Yeah, sometimes he's a robot.
He's possessed. He's one of them.
God, they got him.
They got him. He breathed in the Poland. Damn you, Poland.
Turtle, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Yeah, it's like trying to listen to. I was gonna say
Can you
Star
hear
Story,
me?
but that's
Now we can, yep.
yep.
So we've been playing so long, my headphones died. So I'm trying
Oh,
to figure out something else.
Oh,
Yeah, I was hoping we could split this into two because we've been at it.
It's literally, it'll be over in less than 5 minutes if you guys make good choices, and if you do really dumb shit, then it'll probably be over also, but you'll all be dead, so.
Oh, okay. That's interesting and fun.
Well,
so
if I
we
have
just
those-
put the explosives on the entrance and leave, right?
Well, I mean, we already have the evidence that they want to uncover the obelisk, right? So why don't we just send a fused bit of dynamite down the elevator?
I like this idea.
Well, you already said you're getting on the elevator, so I'm going to read the thing and then let you decide.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Give us the goods.
The gears of the elevator grind loudly as it slowly lowers you down into the bowels of the mine, with only a wall of mesh iron to separate you from the stone walls of the elevator shaft. The green light persists despite not having any clear source that you can make out. In fact, it seems to grow more intense the further you descend into the mine. After a minute, the stone wall in front of you finally opens to reveal a large underground cavern. The walls gleam with throbbing, fleshy tumors that pulse obscenely like living creatures, and dozens upon dozens of people, humans and twisted monsters alike, are working tirelessly to exhume the colossal obelisk from the stone at the cavern center. The monolith is carved like black stone, and its surface seems to swirl like oil as you gaze upon it. Glowing green runes are inscribed onto its sides, and though you cannot identify the language of their meaning, a shiver of dread passes up your spine as you look upon them. The elevator continues its descent to the bottom of the cavern floor, but as you draw closer, a twisted creature resembling a tentacled bat glances up at you and sniffs the air like a dog. "Humans!" it shouts in a shrill voice. "Humans are here!" The alarm draws the attention of the workers, and they shriek in outrage, the more monstrous dropping their tools as they charge towards the lowering elevator, while the human-looking workers heft their tools and begin chanting words of magical power.
Oh, we screwed up, didn't we?
I stop and reverse the elevator.
Can you?
We made the right decision, guys. Congratulations.
Run. Sees
Thank
horror.
God.
No.
No, because I mean, I know there's some elevators where you can't reverse it. I'm just please tell me we can
That's
reverse
why there was a
this
bit of
one.
flavor text before where I specifically said you can pick the direction because the right answer is go back up.
And just to be certain, it's
GTFO.
stop, reverse.
If you go down there, there isn't even a mechanic to fight them. You just die. If you let that elevator get to the bottom of the shaft, everyone dies. Boom, done.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Let's reverse this flow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want to drop some dynamite while we're going? Like,
Sure.
you know.
Any favors for everybody.
Can we light the dynamite fuse on the lantern and just start hurling them?
Say it's enclosed enough that you can't actually throw it out unless you got to the bottom.
We
No.
should
like where
probably
your head's
wait till we're out of the mine before
Yeah.
we start collapsing.
Also, you guys told me to leave the lantern. I did.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Mm.
But we do have the plunger and the fuses or whatever, so you know.
So there's that.
And while you guys are piling it up, I could just go grab the fucking lantern if we want to chuck it and run. Like,
Yes.
that's a fun time. It's like
That's sounds
Hunt
excellent.
Showdown. Who needs a 10-second fuse that gets us a safe distance? Fuck that.
So the elevator gets to the top, and you can
Mhm,
still
mhm.
hear the commotion down below of the creatures trying to get at you. What are we doing?
Can we jam this in the up position? Or cut the elevator loose in some way so they can't come up?
So I'll say that as long as it appears that a very quick look over the control panel seems to indicate that as long as you're standing here and holding a button
Holding
to
it.
keep it raising, they can't lower it.
Sick. Can someone tie this off? Damn, if only you had sleeves on your jacket, we could tie this off.
That's
Well, I mean, I have I think Spicer has a necktie. He's always fancily dressed, so he He
I
does
take
like
I take the shitty pistol and jam it in
Or
the
that.
mechanism.
the pistol is worth less than the next pile.
You know what?
So, like,
I like it so much. No check. It works. You just do it.
just jam it so it's locked.
The
and
shitty
can't go
pistol was
other
the
way.
MVP the whole time.
The whole time.
Okay, so elevator is jammed. Now what's the plan? You hear like
I'm like-
a little bit of a grinding sound, and then you step off the elevator, and it stays exactly where it is.
Now for our finale, boom.
Sounds like a great idea.
So
That
who's the one
said-
that's good with explosives?
Oh man.
There we go.
What
Oh,
is my explosives?
I'm
Okay.
negative. I'm -1.
I'm starting at a 2. So
Well, that's pretty good.
And a card, we can make it work. What are we looking at for a difficult?
Can't tell you.
I'm at a
I'm-
0, so that's
I'm
a big
gonna
goose
hand
egg.
jive some magic for a while. How's that sound, team?
Yep.
I will allow you to try once. I'm not letting you farm cards by just casting
Yeah.
magic left and right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna try to turn someone invisible for literally 1 round.
Go ahead.
No! Abe is invisible for
And that card almost
6
certainly
to
would have
10
passed the
seconds.
check.
It would have done it. That would have been a 14.
There it is.
Oh,
You're
yeah, I
pretty
can't
greedy.
cheat. I can't cheat this, so, you know.
You don't have a low card, you can make it fail?
Oh, this? Oh, yeah, actually, I can. You're right. I'm dumb. Flip. Bam. Here's a 2.
And draw a card.
Yeah, draw a card. Okay, that's something. It's not as good as a 12, but it's something. Should we set this up? Does anybody have explosives as a skill? Miners? Steam fitters?
Nope.
That's your whole
No, just
shebang?
gonna
No? Okay.
just gonna rely on the magician and his makeshift pyrotechnics. Okay,
That's all I had going.
Let's try it. Let's see if we can do it.
All we heard was like a little thing that sounded like you said no, but I cannot hear you otherwise.
All right, I have a -2 on explosives. Not my area of expertise.
But do you have any ranks? That's all I care about. No? Okay. All right.
Does
then,
anybody have high cards in their hand? Because that would matter more potentially.
No.
That's true.
I have.
Do you have a severe card? Because I have a high moderate card.
I got. I don't think. I don't know. I don't think my card could make it happen.
Because your stats roll butts.
Because my stats are butt when it comes
Okay.
to explosives.
Okay, let's try to make it happen. Let's see if I can figure out how to tie a fuse.
Right. Tell me what the plan is first. What are you doing?
You know, you put all the dynamite in the entrance, and we're gonna try to run those lines to the plunger box as far as it'll go, and then plunge that bitch down and skedoodle.
All right.
Can I use the leadership skill to try to give him a bonus of some type?
Yeah, I like it. You're a union member, and I feel like you've been really driving that point home the entire session. So I'm gonna say that at some point you were part of either a mining or a rail crew that
You must have seen how that works at some point.
Exactly. You dealt with dynamite in some way, so you were able to coach him slightly. I'll give
I have 3 ranks in leadership. Can he just have that for his bonus?
not all 3. I'll give him half. We'll give him 2.
Okay.
All right. Let's do it then.
Target number 10, explosives.
Oh, then we're good. I'll cheat this 8, and I'll have a 10,
I-
and plus that 2 puts
Oh
us at a 12.
God, by a hair. Jeez.
Oh, perfect.
That's what we drew.
Oh, really? So your plan did work.
Yeah, it did work. Cheating the 2 out and got an 8, and I'm like 8 and a 2. Okay, if it's a 12, I'm fucked.
A thundering explosion shatters the silence of the night as a colossal fireball erupts from the entrance of the mine. For a moment, it's as bright as high noon, and your ears ring from sheer proximity to the blast. The ground trembles as a deep rumbling emanates up from somewhere far below you, and as you watch, the town's hill collapses in on itself in a great cloud of red-brown dust. When the cloud finally begins to settle, There's a massive sinkhole where the hill had once stood, a crater of broken stone and upturned dirt from which nothing could have escaped. There's no sign of the green light that had once spilled out from the mine, and without it, the night seems very dark and very silent.
That's what you get for messing with the Union.
Dexter takes a deep bow.
And Spicer just applauds again because he couldn't have put that on himself.
Shoo.
And that is the end of In the Gutter.
Okay.
Oh,
And
that's-
everyone clapped.
Everyone loved it.
I think that's the first Penny Dreadful one shot that they published, and it's super weird, and I love it. Like that, those things that's never been a thing ever elsewhere in lore, as far as I'm aware. Super weird.
Yeah, that's because we took them out.
Because what?
Because canonically, we took them out. Yeah, they can't be anywhere because this was the one and only appearance, and they got nuked.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Huge shout out to the extremely cool kids here on Patreon, the Steam Powered Scoundrels, Dogmatize, and Biclops Gladiator Games. Thanks for watching.